Good afternoon. You're watching World of Tanks Fun Cup with your host, Dorjan,
And High Flyer 15.
where this month's theme is Death from Above, where all you can pick is artillery.
Yeah, and artillery it is. And the rules are as following. It is artillery only, and you have to have one from each nation at least. So you can't just go all French because of the speed, but yeah, you have to divide it into the nations. It's a maximum of tier 4, and it is 4 to 7 players per team, and you're allowed to have up to 4 reserve players. It is 23 tier points for 7 players, minus 2 points for each player below 0. Oh, 7. It's a maximum of 2 Wargaming.net employees per team, just to make it fair. And the use of premium tanks, shells, and consumables are allowed. The teams have 10 minutes before the allocated time starts to join the lobby, and as always, the match lasts for 15 minutes. And you win the game by destroying all enemy artillery or capturing the base. And the first 2 rounds are best of 1, the next ones are best of 3, and the final is best of 5. And if a match ends in draw, both teams are disqualified.
Ouch. Well, we don't want that to happen. Anyway, right now we're in the quarterfinals, so it's a best of one. The next round, therefore, will be a best of threes, and the finals will be a best of five. Today's first game that we'll be bringing you is Monster versus Chinese on Inks. What's your thoughts about the map, Highflyer?
I really like the map. It's a very deep map. You can have a lot of strategies on this map, but when it's artillery only, the tactics change a lot. So you can either decide to go to this side, the right side, and send a quick artillery scout like the French tier 4. It's a very fast tank. Send it around the right side and just get the enemy scouted quickly, and then your team can support you from your base. Or you could decide to send some also a fast artillery down the middle and also get a good scouting on your enemy that way. And then we have the left side of the screen, and that is the town part of the map. And I expect a lot of the players to go over here because there's a lot of artillery cover, and you can get a lot safer over there. Yeah, the right side is a lot more open, and you're very prone to getting artillery shells in the face over there.
So you expect everyone to be using cover. So you expect to see most of the teams doing a sit back with most of their team and a few of the lighter artilleries going forward to spot the enemy?
Yeah, I'm actually expecting the French tanks to be driving around the maps because the artillery, as we all know, are very inaccurate. So they really have to aim a lot to hit something. So having a fast artillery driving around, just scouting the enemy team constantly, for instance, could be a very good thing.
Definitely. What about the field? Do you think people are going to be going out into the field at all to think, well, no one's going to think of this. We'll all rush the field and go around the side or something like that. Crazy tactics like that. You expecting anything like that today?
In a cup like this, yeah, I'm actually expecting anything crazy.
Anything's
Um,
possible.
yes, exactly.
Which of the artilleries do you think we're going to see most of? We're going to see the faster French or even the gold tough French tank or any of the other types of artillery?
Well, we do have yeah, we're in a tier spread from 2 to 4 since the artillery starts at tier 1 2, and well, you can either pick fast reload time, and all the tier 1 2s have that, or you can go for the higher splash damage at the tier 4, but again losing a lot of reload time. But again, the tier 4 French artillery is the fastest artillery out of them all, so I could see a lot of them actually, because of speed and avoiding the enemy shots, because they do have to fire a lot.
I totally see that. The M7 Priest is a curious beast for me in this one. I always found it a bit underwhelming in the main battles because its gun is able to kill smaller tanks quite quickly because it's rapid fire but quite low damage. In this, do you think that will give it an advantage?
if we do get into a brawling match, then yes, I do see the 38.6 speed limit of it also coming into play, because it is a very fast tank. Out of the tier fours, except for the French. But yeah, the reload speed is also something that's a very big advantage in this kind of match.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's definitely got to play a part. I'll be curious to see if anyone sees it, because the openness of the M7 Priest makes it well easy to kill itself if one drops them on the top of it. We got to look at the SU5 now. Do you think anyone's going to take many of them because of the lack of range? The SU5 suffers from a drastic lack of range. Although its damage is high, you don't quite need the damage. Do you think people will prefer the SU26 over the SU5?
Well, yeah, I actually think so, because the people who have been driving the SU5 will know that the SU5 has a very low amount of ammo. It only has 14 shells, so it really has to make those shells count. The SU26 has a lot more shells and a turret to boot, so it can get around corners easily and reverse into out of cover to show even less of its tank. So I would prefer the SU26 over the SU5.
I actually have a sneaky feeling we're going to see either a lot of SU-26s or not many Soviets at all, because they don't have any other advantages apart from the SU-26 turret traverse and the SU-5's damage. But as I pointed out, I don't think the damage is going to make that much difference unless we're going to see a lot of the gold French artillery. Do you think we're going to see many of them for their armor?
Yeah, I actually think we are, because they are a very big tank, and the front armor is actually 60 millimeters, and that's a lot on an artillery. And because of it, the high millimeters, it could go out into the battle, just go out and brawl, because you really have to hit it just right to get that massive amount of damage that you usually see from artillery.
Yeah, the heavy tank of the artillery. Do you think then we're going to see a lot more tier 4s than tier 3s? Are there any of the tier 2s or 3s that people might want to consider?
Well, we can take a look at the Bison. That tank has a lot of view range. Actually, it's 12 more than the tier 4s. So just having that one gives the team an advantage if you have that tank up front, sitting in a bush somewhere, just sitting there and spotting the entire enemy team. So I could see that one being picked. I could also see the tier 2 American tank, the US, the T-57, because of its speed limit. It has a speed limit of 40, and that's pretty fast for such a small tank, and the rate of fire is also great.
It's also got a lot of armor for an artillery piece. I don't think it's enough to save it from a shell, but in a direct fire competition, it might be enough. With a 30, is it, for the front?
Yeah, 29.
Yeah, so I can see that being a cheap choice, but points aren't a restriction for this one, I don't think, is it?
No.
No, so it's going to be on their merits alone. So there's so many choices the tankers can pick. I really, really can't wait to start seeing what people are going to be picking, what sort of choices, combinations they can pick. Are they going to go for a lot of fast and then a couple of supporting? Are they going to go for a few heavies? Well, I should say heavies. A few of the heavier French and some grills to back them up with their heavy splash. Are they going to go for rapid fire, so more M7 Priests and Wesps? It's anyone's guess.
Yeah, it really is, because we've never seen this type of... I've never seen this type of tournament before, because it's a fun cup, and you really should come up with some very fun things to do. And only making artillery able to be picked, that's really funny, because you never see artillery going full force in the front of the battle. So it's going to be very, very fun and exciting.
Definitely. The battle is up now and everyone's starting to prepare. We can't switch to the view until after the start time has passed, so we'll be not showing you quite what they've picked yet. We're just going to get ready, but to tell you that it's on its way. We have 8 minutes and 45 seconds until the match starts today. Just to let you know, we are on an 8-minute delay, so people cannot cheat. So if you're watching the stream now, hi from 8 minutes in the future. We will not ever switch out of the 8 minutes delay, because because otherwise something could go. The picks of the teams might be revealed to the other team, or people could be watching for positions of artillery if they're trying to snipe. So that's the reason the 8-minute delay. So sorry about that. We will answer your questions if we ever see them on the chat 8 minutes late. So don't get frustrated with us. We are watching, we are responding, but we can't do it until 8 minutes later. Okay? Right. Do you want to take through what we're doing again today, High Flyer, for anyone who's just tuned in?
Yeah, for the people who's just tuned in, we're having the Fun Cup cast. We're having the Death from Above, where artillery is the only tanks allowed, and because it's just artillery only allowed, it's going to create a lot of fun tactics, or crazy tactics, I should say, because we've never seen anything like this, and I have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm really, really excited about this.
Me too. I really feel that I'm dreading one thing. Both teams playing a distant strategy. Both teams in one battle, Monster or Chinese, sitting back in their bushes, aiming with 1 or 2 scouts forward, because that is going to be a tactical game that's going to draw on. I'm hoping for some really crazy tactics from every team, rushing with point blank TD shots, or even just driving forward with pure heavy tank style French gold tanks. Something crazy like that will be really, really warming for me.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm actually also looking forward to seeing if the teams are going to pick a diverse team, because you could just go for one thing, like the French premium tank, and just go, well, we're going to just boss around the streets and just expect not to get very high damage rolls on us, and just go for that. Or you can go for the very fast French tanks.
Yeah, well, we'll see very shortly. Let's have a look back on the map. Now, the railway is normally a really important bit for a standard battle. You normally get 1 or 2 light tanks rushing down there 2 or 3 minutes into the game to see what the enemy's doing. Do you think we're going to have some suiciding low-tier artillery going down the middle immediately to try and see where everything is, so that their supporting tanks can help before the enemy artillery gets into position?
I would actually expect that, yeah, because it does give you the advantage of knowing where the enemy is going. But again, if the scout artillery gets picked off very quickly, then the enemy can adapt and then throw you off. But I do look forward to seeing it, because it's a very popular strategy, even if in just random games.
Definitely. So we've got either the hills, or sorry, the fields on the east, we have the town on the west, and the railway in the middle. We have no idea where they're going to go. So let's go and have a look at the team. We have got, Monster have gone for a Grill, a Wesp, an M7 Priest, SU-26, a BS, another Wesp, and a Grill. Now, that's 2 Grills, so they're going for the support. The Wesp for the Rapid Fire and the M7 Priest, plus an SU-26. You see, there's the turrets. I honestly was not sure whether many people would take them as a general role for the lack of range, but Inks is not that big of a map, is it?
No, it's actually quite small if you think about it, because, as you said, if they decide to go through the middle, you will get a very, very quick look at where the enemy is going. So it's a lot smaller than people think, even if you have the left side of the field and the right side of the town. So yeah, it's actually very small.
Yeah, so I actually expect, keep an eye on greenbacks, guys, because the SU-26 can do wonders in this, with the turret, the high accuracy, and the really big curve. You try and hide behind some sort of feature in the terrain, the SU-26 will still hit you. It's one of the beauties of that machine. I remember playing it, it was lovely. So the grills are also going to play an important part. Do you expect to see them sitting really far back, or they're going to use their amazing traverse in close quarters like a TD?
I think they're going to sit back, at least at the beginning, because if they can get just some splash damage in, it's going to be very high damage, because of the great gun on the grill. But again, they could go for going 2 grills at one spot, because then you can like hold a corner, for example, and I could actually see that.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how they use it. Who's going to be their scout? They don't actually have anyone in a Bison, which is surprising.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, but they do have the priest, which actually, if I remember correctly, it's actually the fastest tank on their team right there. It's yeah. I don't think they've had the scout artillery in mind when they picked this team, but we'll see if it's going to hurt them in the end.
Yeah, we'll see if that's going to affect the results with the lack of view sight. They're going to use a sacrificial lamb to spot the enemy, which could work against them because they have to lose. Well, in theory, they have to lose someone to gain sight. We'll see if that's actually going to have any effect on their strategy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. So here's a reminder of what's going down today, guys. We're watching the Fun Cup, hooray, with an 8-minute delay. My name's Dojan.
And I'm Highflyer 15.
And we're not official employees. We are just two fans who are casting for your enjoyment today. We enjoy esports, and we hope you're enjoying our casting. Any feedback, please send through to our email address at rivetingtv@gmail.com. The email will be at the end of the show today.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes left to the show, guys. So hope you are really looking forward to it because we're really pumped. And, well, the gold is on the line here. So there's going to be no punches pulled, are there?
No, because the first prize is 6,000 gold per player. And I think that a lot of people might have overlooked this tournament because most of the tournaments are filled up with the really good teams because there's a lot of gold on the line. But in a tournament like this, it's anyone's game, and even at fourth place you get 1,500 gold. So just get in there and have some fun. That's what I would say.
There are other tournaments going on, isn't there, Highflyer?
Yeah, we are seeing soon. We are going to have the EC8 and the Mangled Metal also. They're coming very soon, actually.
Actually, we have the Mangled Metal up. It's the 22nd of September, guys. Anyone can enter. It's not for any. You don't have to be scared of losing. What have you got to lose? Nothing. What have you got to gain? Gold. So go for it. Go sign up now before the battle starts. So today, if we look at the back at the brackets, the other battles going on at the same time as the one we've got right now is OM Whitebeard. Battalion of, so I'm going to say BWR because I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name. The top bracket, USSR versus the AVC or OMV. And the other one is the BDB versus BIA. So I would love to pronounce their names, but I would just mess it up and you guys would laugh at me. Or should I try? Battalion del Botglion. You try.
Battalion Lidion. I don't know.
Well, that was a good enough trend. Well, we're watching Chinese versus Monster Gamer, the third bracket, the quarterfinal match, which is starting in 15 seconds. Let's go back into game and see what goes down. Oh, come on. We got the two grills, two Wesps. I didn't actually notice the second Wesp there. They've changed.
No, they changed, yeah.
They've changed out. Who did they lose?
I believe it was the priest is still there. What was it? I don't know.
Not paying attention.
No.
We were too busy talking about other things, but they've got it. Here we go. Okay, so this is more expected. The 3 grills, 1 SU-26, the AMX for the speed, and the 2 T-57s. That's very interesting. They're going to play a more sit back. The AMX, do you think he's going to be playing the Elk style of running through the battle, suicide scouting with his speed? Or do you think he's just going to use it for maneuvering?
I would believe that he would be using it for maneuver because even though he's very fast, he can deal damage. That's the same thing in the random battles. When you're a scout in any battle, you might think that you're useless even if you do just a little bit of damage, but you're still useful, and this would definitely be a lot more interesting if he just didn't go and be a suicide scout, and definitely. I don't expect him to be that.
Okay, this is a surprise. We have Skyroads going up to the forward line in his grill. Now, we were talking all in the pre-game that the Grills would sit back and snipe, and we have here a Grill right at the front. He's going to use his Traverse, I think, to try and catch it out. A T-57 is going forward for the Chinese team, looking to see what he can find there in the town. Over in the town, amazing first shot there by Cody, taking out the T-57 before he knew anything was going on. What a position there, over in the right, was it the far right-hand side?
Yeah, it was.
Counter-attack. SU-26 from the Mai from the Chinese team was watching. Counter-strike.
Yeah, indeed he was, and I actually think it was the forward Grill that we were thinking about. What was he doing? I think he was the one that scouted the T-57, yeah, and we have more counter battery here because I don't see any tanks. Maybe the French tank has moved to a forward bush up on the right side of the map, and we haven't seen it because no one has been over there.
Rest just went down.
Another one, yeah.
That was the captain of the team, Monster team. That was Captain Rex, and he just went down to a counter-artillery battery. And again, the other West was going down without spotting anything. This is going amazingly for the Chinese team. They've got someone in an amazing position right at the front who is seeing everything. There he is, the T-57. He was at the front, making sure that they couldn't do anything. Monster couldn't do absolutely anything without being spotted. They have been punished for every single meter they're trying to take. Let's see if Skyrose is going to take advantage of the traverse speed of the Grill to see if he can defend this position. I would be worried if I was him because the SU-26 is probably watching him right now, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely watching, and but they're playing very cautiously right now because they are down 3 tanks, and the enemy has only lost 1. And right now, over on the left side of the map, we're actually seeing a back-to-back tactic because there are only 2 guys in the city, and they're not taking any chances right now. They're going full defense mode over there, and even though the SU-26, he is playing a little bit of support because he can aim over on the right side of the map.
Yeah, what sort of strategy do you think that the Chinese team would have to do to break that? With the 2 sat back to back like that, obviously driving around the corner, you're going to get whacked. At that range, even artillery won't miss. So what do you think they could do to try and bust through it?
I would, instead of going, you could go through the middle of the map in G2, but instead I would go around the entire thing and go to H1. Even though the priest might be aiming down there, he could also just be aiming around the first corner. It's a high gamble, and even when you're up this many tanks, you can't really afford to lose anyone.
One false move and everything could be over. Things are hotting up on the east. If we look at Yanni Boy in the Renault BS, he is now toe-to-toe with the T-57 of the Chinese team. They clearly know where Skyrose and Yanni Boy are. They cannot hide from them forever. The artillery are looking down upon them now. If you were in their shoes right now, would you be trying to move that back-to-back tactic away to try and support them? Or do you think they're right in staying where they are, not moving?
In this situation, I would actually move a bit more to the right corner because the enemy is going to be moving their tanks down the. I believe they're going to move their artillery tanks down the 0 line to get a better arc shot because, as you mentioned before the game start, some of these tanks do have a very high arc, and they can hit behind buildings if they get the right angle. So yeah, I would take the SU-26 and maybe move it a little bit more to the right so he could counter battery at least because right now they're just sitting there and waiting for the enemy to show their face.
Playing the waiting game is certainly something they're going to have to do here. They're already down, as you pointed out, by 2 tanks. 2 artillery, 2 higher tier artillery. In fact, all their tiers were higher. So they've only lost 2 tier points over the Chinese team, and now they're stuck in a very defensive position. The Chinese team don't want to be overconfident, and they're playing it right here. If they were overconfident and just charged forward, that advantage could quickly melt away.
Yeah, it could, because as we talked before, and there we see a Grill. I believe he was sitting right there in F0 because it was a direct hit, and he had to be very, very down. He had to be very close. When the Grill gets the T-57, and that was a great shot.
The Grill, I think Sky Roads needs to move right now because although died, obviously gave away his position. Over on the west side, we've got some action heating up. Templar and Greenbacks have been discovered by Hong Wei from the Chinese team in the Grill. So the Grills are going forward. I was definitely wrong when I said I think the Grills are going to sit back. They are using their traverse speed to go into these close quarter situations and get round the corners to get their aim off quicker. It looks bad here for Monster. They can easily win this if Chinese make a mistake. The Grill from Hong Wei is going out into the open. Does that mean that Skyrose is going to try and aim over there, but it will leave his flank absolutely revealed? So I don't know what they can do.
Oh, right now they're in quite a pickle because it looked like the entire enemy team has moved forward and not playing support roles from behind. Yeah, and it's obvious because you shouldn't be playing the far game when you're down to this many tanks left. There's 3 tanks and you know where they are, so get a bit of position and try to get some kills.
Definitely. I think Chinese are trying to use their numbers right now. They're getting into position here. Both the Grills from Hong Wei and Wan is getting into position, but the AMX from totally uneyed. Michael takes out Greenbacks, and that means that the M7 Priest, Temple HD, is going to go down. There's nothing he can do. He's absolutely surrounded, but the Grill misses his shot. The other one didn't. 2 Grills there. This is good game. Good night to Monsters. Round 1 is going to Chinese. There's nothing that Skyrose can do now, but he can definitely put up a fight. Take down a few with him. He's now toe-to-toe with the Grill. Lord Vader, lol, from the Chinese team, but he's getting flanked. There was the AMX. It was a cross-map shot. And there the final tank goes down for Team Monster. They are down and out. Round 1 in favor of Chinese. Well played.
Yeah, very well played.
What do you think they could have done to improve their chances? Most of the loss seems to have happened right at the start when they were uneyed. Sorry, they were eyed, and the Chinese managed to kill most of their tanks really early from an uneyed perspective. What would they have, or should they have done, or could have done to have prevented that in hindsight?
Well, in hindsight, it did look like most of the tanks. I didn't really pay attention to the back artilleries, but it really did look like they either forgot to move or just got very, very unlucky with the enemy hitting them so straight on, because they lost 2 tanks very, very early to counter battery, and that's just something that you shouldn't allow the enemy to get such easy shots on you.
Definitely. That was a mistake they did. They went to the field. We discussed it earlier pre-battle that the field isn't that important. If you try and rush down the field, exactly what we said happened or could happen, happened to them. Monster was out of position in the open, got taken down. The one thing I was totally wrong on at first was when I suggested that the Grills would be sitting back using their longer range and bigger splash damage. They didn't. They went forward and used their traverse speed, which was something we picked up on but didn't think would be such a highlight. But both teams did it. Now, was that something you actually expected to see, or had a thought you might have seen it?
Actually, I didn't expect to see that at all. Actually, it's that came, well, yeah, it was a total surprise to me actually, because I haven't thought about that. But as you saw in the end, the reverse speed of either he had too much speed going forward, the Grill that got killed last, or his reverse speed is just is not good enough. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. So just to remind everyone what's happening here, since round 1 went to Chinese, it's a best out of 3. I did say best out of 1. I apologize, I was wrong. It's a best out of 3 for the quarterfinals. Now, Monster have lost their first game. They're still in it. They have everything to play for. They have 6,000 gold per player on the line. They're not going to give up without a fight. We are on an 8-minute delay, and my name is Dorjan.
And I'm Highflyer15.
And you're watching the Fun Cup, where it's death from above this month. Make sure you try and join in with all the other tournaments going on. We have the Angle Mesh. What is it?
Mangled Mesh? Mangled Metal?
Mangled Metal. Where did I get that name from? The Mangled Metal next month at the... Sorry, is it next month? The end of this month? End of this month. The 22nd. Yeah. The 22nd. If you can sign up for that now, you can win some gold yourself. You've got absolutely nothing to lose and loads of gold to gain. So do it. Get your friends together, get a group of guys together, and go for it. You've nothing to lose. Look at Monster Gaming having fun, and they have a chance to win some gold. So you guys who didn't take part had no chance. So go and sign up now.
Yeah.
Right. What's the rules for today?
Well,
make sure
rules,
everyone knows.
Yep. The rules are as following: you are only allowed to pick artillery, and you have to have at least one of each nation. So no only picking grills, and no just picking French fast tanks. And the maximum tier is 4, and you have to have 4 to 7 players per team, and you can have 4 reserve players. And in total, you're allowed to have 23 tier points for 7 players, and -2 points for each player below 7. And the maximum of Wargaming.net employees per team is 2, so you could get some Wargaming help, but don't know if it will help you. You are allowed to use premium tanks, so we could be seeing the French artillery, which is the only French premium artillery in the game. Premium shells and consumables are also allowed, and teams have 10 minutes before the allocated start time to join the lobby and get ready for the battle.
Let's have a quick look at the brackets before we go on to the match, because it's going to start any minute now. The other games going on, which you guys unfortunately can't see but are definitely going on right now, are the top bracket, USSR versus the OM-V. The other OM clan at the bottom bracket, OM Whitebeard versus BWR. In the upper bracket, BDB versus BIA. And this one you're watching today, Chinese versus Monster Gamer. The current score is 1-0 to Chinese, but everything's to play for. Let's go into game. Ooh, I can't wait to see what they do differently. Is there anything you think they could do with the current tank lineup they've got? Where could they go instead? They're obviously not going to do the same again. They're not going to go into the field again, are they? Or are they?
Maybe they are, but I would expect to see them changing their tactic up a little bit. They did go for the same tanks, so we'll have to see what they decide on. And we're starting, of course, on the opposite direction. Not of course, but luckily we did. So we're going to see some different tactics this time, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Me too. The choice of going into the field again, I think, would be a big mistake unless there's an advantage from the north side that I'm not aware of. And if the Chinese manage to take advantage of that, we'll see if they fall into their own trap that they laid for Monster Gaming.
Yeah, we saw the T-57 earlier, just rushing to the field, maybe sit in the bush. Actually, yeah, he did do that. So that was a very, very good tactic by the enemy, and it really paid off because in the end, the enemy had a very easy time just picking off them as they came into view, tried to get down the field. And
yeah, well, we're seeing Skyroads again go forward. He did this at the beginning last time from the opposite direction. He sat round F7 and looked across the map in his grill. Here we go, though. It looks like Chinese are playing the same strategy again. The T-57 that was taken out first is going forward to get some sights. That means the rest of the Chinese team are clearly aiming down upon the team.
Yeah, right now they are aiming down upon the team because, as you said, the same tank is being used as a scout, so yeah, they're having big success with that, and I've finally got killed.
Anyway, it seems like the counter battery again takes out Rex. They seem to be picking on the captain this time. So we have the Chinese team totally clued in what was going on. They sent in the artillery shells to cover their T-57. The T-57 didn't die this time. He is stuck in the corner. Everyone in Monster Gaming knows exactly where he is, but he's not dead. He's still lighting up all of Team Monster. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Chinese are in the position, offensive position again. They have Monster on the back foot. What can they do here?
Right now, I really wouldn't be focusing on getting that scout killed, but instead getting into cover where he couldn't scout you. So on the other side of the houses, or just trying to get away somehow, because as you said, the T-57 is lighting them all up, and it doesn't have the longest of view range, so getting away would be my top priority right now.
I would totally agree. Again, Monster have just lost Cody. So the Grill and the West have gone down. That's a real unfortunate shame. It's a blow that's Monster are going to feel for the rest of the battle. They're not going to be able to recover as easily as they would like, losing their Grill and a West right at the start. They were in the open for far too long. Once, as you pointed out, the Scout came up to the top, lit them all up. They all tried to take him down, but while they're trying to take down the Scouts, it was a distraction. The rest of the Chinese team have just been sitting in their base without any repercussions because the entire of the Monster team have been focusing their attention on the Scouts.
Yeah, and they don't have to even move because as the T-57 is scouting all of them, they don't have any time to be aiming down at the other side of the base or map. So they don't have to worry about counter battery, and that's one of the first things that happened in the first game. There was 2 counter batteries, and now they just have to sit back and just fire as many shells as they want.
Interesting here. We have the same situation with the Western M7 Priest we did with the Grill and the M7 Priest last game. Back-to-back tactics. However, the other T-57, which is clearly the scouts for the Chinese team, just passed them and they didn't get the shot off. They didn't see him until he'd already crossed the street over in D345. Now, that means that the Chinese scout is in C5 right now. He's actually got through the lines and is now surrounding the last 2 members of the Monster team over on the eastern flank. The T-57 is charging the BS, is taking 2 direct shots to the front. The armor of the T-57 is proving to be worth its weight in gold right now. BS is looking to charge, but he hasn't taken the bait. The Grill, Skyrose, has come round to have a look. He has to be careful not to poke his head out, because if he does, Chinese team is going to be ready there to threat. Is he going to take the shot? Is he going to get him? I don't think it is. Oh, the destructible train. Oh, the Allies got him in the blast. Yes, the Su-26 Greenbacks took a lucky shot on the side there. Killed him without a direct shot, but that was perfect support. That's what you want to use for cross map.
Yeah, that was excellent. That was an excellent shot. And it was also excellent patience, because the Grill could have easily just gone and taken the bait as the T-57 was trying to lure him into doing. But he kept his cool and just waited for his teammates to get a shot at.
Yeah, he kept his cool. He looked across the side. If Skyrose had gone out, he was most likely to die. He would have been out in the open. The entire of the Chinese team was almost guaranteed to be watching right now. Do you think now they've lost one of their forward scouts, they're going to change gears and maybe become a bit more aggressive? And the Chinese team have been playing very passive at the moment.
Yeah, they have been playing the supporting role as artillery is supposed to do. But I'm still waiting to see the AMX used as a forward scout. It hasn't happened at all, actually. It pushed forward when the other battle was going on and hit the back-to-back bodies at the H3 in the previous game, but it I expected a lot more from that tank, actually, but Michael seems to be using it a lot more cautiously.
Yeah, and very effective. I have to say that Michael's actually managed to get 2 of the kills last game. He was very effective in giving suppressive fire. He was totally uneyed until the end. He did a cross shot all the way from around H0 to the back-to-back team in H3 and killed one of them. And it was it? No. Oh, he did one shot across the map, totally uneyed, totally unexpected with his AMX. Opposite of what I thought they would do with it. I thought they were going to use their speed to their advantage, but no, they didn't.
Yeah, instead we've seen them use the speed of the tank to get to quicker new locations to get a better shot. That's also a very, very good usage of the speed on the tank.
I'm seeing very interesting tactics I never thought were possible with just artillery. This is one of the good thing about the Fun Cup, I believe, is the restraint you get. You would never think of taking a full artillery team, but when you're forced to, and there's gold on the line, you really think. And clearly the Chinese team have been really thinking about their strategy here. They are playing very well coordinated, and they've managed to put the Monster team on their back foot. They've been making sure that they cannot get organized. They can't be able to put their plan forward because they keep splitting them up, giving early pressure against them. And once that early pressure starts to buckle, you panic a little, you get out of position, you lose a couple of tanks, and then if you lose your key players, your plan goes to pot. As many strategists often say, the plan never survives the first encounter of the enemy.
Yeah, indeed. And they've actually put almost all of our predictions to shame, because we've seen nobody going down the tracks to get an early scouting, but instead going around the houses on the right side. And there's action on the left side of the. Oh wait, he's just using the.
Yes, he's. Oh, very nice. Chinese team are using every trick in the book. They're using the 15-meter detection radius that you will see through anything. If you didn't know, in World of Tanks, if you get within 50 meters of something, you see it, no matter what. So they've used that with their expert T-57s, who have done so well these last 2 games to spot the Wesp and the M7 Priest doing the back-to-back. Immediately, the Wesp goes down. He didn't even know he was under attack until it was too late. But in doing so, the Chinese team revealed their 2 tanks over an F0. However, Greenbacks goes down immediately to the Su-26, but Skyrose replies with Lord Vader going down. It seems like every time you fire on this map, you risk getting killed by counter-artillery.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing, hitting those tanks, because they should be moving, and I'm pretty sure they do. So it's really nice aiming skills from these players. And yeah, they really use the speed of the T-57 to all of their advantage. It's really nice to see this play.
Here we go, the AMX 105. You wanted to see High Flyer? Here he is. Let's see what he can do against the Grill. Grill's notoriously known as one of the more powerful tier 4s because of its amazing damage at medium to high tiers. So it's one of the ones that can go against the bigger heavy tanks. We wasn't sure if it would help them so much here, but the traverse speed has really been helpful. The BS from Yanni Boy managed to take out Michael, who was scared by Skyroad's poke around the corner, but 1110 was not going to have that. Him and the Chinese team was saying, hey, you're going to bully Michael? Have this. Skyrose goes down. Over on the east side, though, the action's not letting up. The M7 Priest, which doesn't have a very good traverse speed, is struggling to find a good position against the Su-26 from May and Raptor Sun's T-57. What we know from the previous encounters, the M57's got a lot of armor and has been using it. Did you expect the armor from the M57 to be so effective this time, High Flyer?
No, I actually didn't, because I haven't really seen the amount of armor it had on before this tournament. But it's really proving useful, because the previous T-57 took a lot of beatings while fighting against the BS up in the right side corner. Oh, and it's
down
the
goes
same,
Templar.
Yeah, the same situation as last time. The M7 Priest was the last one over at the back-to-back buddies, and
the GGs go out. There you go. Well mannered to the end. Very well done, guys. Monsters, you put up a great fight. Chinese guys, amazing ore tactic. It was a rush forward, totally scatter the monsters, and from that point it was easy pickings when you managed to pull them apart. That proves a good strategy is always to put your opponent on the back feet and don't let up. The Chinese team didn't seem to want to make a mistake. They played it nice and slow, and it paid off for them. Is there anything you think Monster could have done in hindsight with watching these replays themselves? Anything they could have done?
They were up against a very great strategy. Just the composition of the team, 2 fast scouts and grills, and then the Su-26 with the turret, and that was just a really good composition of team. And yeah, I really don't see any. Maybe they should have had a backup plan. I don't know if they had a plan, but a backup plan in the case of being scouted fast would have done wonders.
Definitely, they did feel. I did seem to feel that they were put on the back foot, and they didn't manage to recover from it. They were getting a bit disorientated. They couldn't get into position, and that was the end of that.
Oh, we have to
side
watch
by
out,
side.
The PS is playing very well, because he could have made the grill suicide by shooting straight into his side, but he got behind him, and GG.
GG. They had already called out the GGs. I didn't expect a fight to go out there, but he did sign to put it up. Yanni Boy wasn't letting anything go down, holding on to any clutches of hope. So there we are. We have the result of the first match. It was 2-0 to Chinese over Monster Gaming. So that was something to really really whet your appetite for something to come. The Chinese guys obviously had a massive plan in mind. They executed it perfectly and destroyed Monster. Good effort from Monster, well managed until the end. You couldn't have asked for a better match, could you?
No, it was really a pleasure to see this match, because we saw that actually we went into the match just expecting to see some quick scouting, maybe going through the middle, but Chinese really had a good plan about first match just going to a bush and just waiting for the enemy to push forward a little bit and then taking them out that way, and it was a really great play, and I'm really excited for the next rounds.
Me too, me too. You need to check your message, my friend. I believe you have a few things to sort out, and I'll take over. If you want to put up the brackets for me, and I'll talk about the overview of what we're doing, and I'll go through it for the watchers here. Right. Let me just sort something out, guys, and I'll be right with you. Okay, guys, we are today watching the Fun Cup Death from Above theme, where you can only play artillery tier 4 and below. One of the additional rules is that you must have one from every country. That's USSR, that is French, that is all the others, American and German. We didn't expect to see as much as we did. The use from the grills were forward using the Traverse, the armor from the T-57s, and the scouting ability of the tier 2 was fantastic. Phenomenal play from both sides, Chinese pipping at the post. And the brackets to look out for: USSR versus OMV, BDB and BIA, OM Whiteboard and BWR. Now, we'll get the results in as soon as we can, and I'll let you know. So, I think the news from the Hotwire is that USSR won. I believe the chat is actually calling for USSR, and you are getting your wish. We'll be casting them next, I believe. So I'm going to announce that now. Hooray! Just to let you know, there is an 8-minute delay on the stream, so anything you say will not come up for another 8 minutes. So don't worry about it. Don't stress, and we will be watching the chat in real time and trying to reply to your queries whenever you have them. We are Riveting TV here. We will be your host for this evening, and it's Highflyer and myself. You might know Highflyer from his amazing YouTube series at The Rising Sun on YouTube. You might have seen my face around Treadheads on YouTube also, where we look at real tanks driving around. The other cups going on today, sorry, not today, this month and next month and forever and ever and ever until we see fit, will be the Mangled Metal Cup, which is starting on the 22nd of September 2012 at 6 till 10-ish Central European time. If you can make that time, get a team together. You've got nothing to lose and lots of gold to win. Are you back, Christian?
Yes, I am. I'm still here. Just looking for some stuff on the computer and trying to talk to Simon.
Okay. So, wow. I'm really looking forward to the next ones. If Chinese are telling us, hey, we're serious, we're going for this crown. One of the other teams, I have to say, have won most tournaments these days. OM Whitebeard. I've been told from a good source that they've been winning a lot. So maybe Chinese, or USSR as the crowd flavor seems to be out there, can give them a run for their money. I'm really looking forward to it. Next match will be Chinese versus either OM Whitebeard or BWR. We won't be watching that. We shall be watching USSR versus whoever wins out of BDB and BIA, the Steel Panthers. Really looking forward to hearing the results for these and seeing what they can come up with. We'll be watching from the point of view of USSR. Anyway, just going to take a drink. Lovely. Right, some of the rules. Draws. If a draw happens, they become a null or void game. So if someone wins one and there's 2 more draws, the team that won one would win. If all are draws, we have to actually do a replay. But luckily, so far, there has been no draws, even though there has been a few minutes where both teams are trying to stare each other out. It seems to be every finite movement that the teams do has a massive payoff or loss. So we've really got to pay attention to what happens. So the next game, we've got about 20 minutes, maybe 15. I'm hoping it'll be less than that, but I'll let you know as soon as we know. So what are you guys enjoying here in the chat? Let's have a look at some of your messages over here. USSR, USSR, USSR. You've got a lot of fans out there, USSR. Go High Flyer. Yeah. People are cheering for you. And people are calling me a noob. T1 noob. He shouldn't be sitting there dying. The T1 guys and the FT1 17 are both us. We're the casters. We get killed at the start, and we deal with everything like that. So ignore us. That's not part of the strategy. Unfortunately, not yet do World of Tanks support watching from casters, but it will do soon. So I'm really looking forward to that. It will help make it much easier. Oh, alrighty then. Let's have a look at the tech tree. We've got if you could switch over to the tech tree, my friend, and we have a look at some of the other possible combinations we could see. We saw two widely different teams, or should I say setups. We saw one AMX, three grills, one Su-26 on both teams, and the differences came with two T-57s taken for their armor and scouting potential compared to Wesps and M7 Priest taken by the Monster Gaming team for the more rapid fire. It seemed to pay off dividends for the extra armor on the T-27, often taking 3 shots from most of the artilleries, the low-tier artilleries, to take it out. That armor proves worthwhile, which is really making me want to see what these French gold tanks could do, what the French gold artillery could actually do with that 60 armor. Would a team be punished for not taking some grills with the punching ability, or mislaying their Su-26 also has a good penetrating ability? If a team goes for mostly Wesps and M7 Priests, then go against a team that have mostly the French, then they're going to suffer because the armor actually seems to paying off. If the T-57 with 30 armor is doing so well, what's 60 armor going to do? That's food for thought. The next map, I believe, checking the notes, will be Abbey. Don't know if we're going to have a different set of maps for that, but I believe the next map will be on Abbey. Can we have a look at Abbey? Are you free yet, High Flyer?
Yeah, we can take a look at Abbey. I just have to clean up a little bit. Yep, we are switching to Abbey right here. It's called something. There we go, Abbey. Yep, and here we are. Zooming out a bit, and yes, we have the 2 routes on the left and right side, and the monastery inside the middle of the town with the buildings and cover from artillery. Actually, most of the other spots on the map aren't as greatly covered as inside that city, but there are the mountains down over here, and of course you can hide from artillery down here, but you can get hit also from this direction. So it's you really have to push to a very early location, like against the mountainside up in the D7, and if you want to push that way. But I have no idea what the artillery guys have thought of this time, because they pulled a good one on us this time by coming up with a great strategy by just sending out the very fast T-57s. So I'm really excited for this map because it's a lot different. The town is in the middle and 2 routes on the side, and maybe you're wasting time on those sides because maybe the enemy is going through the middle with some fast tanks. It could be a quick cap actually. If you wait a few seconds or minutes and then just push through the middles with a lot of fast artillery tanks, then you could win by doing a quick cap.
Yeah, the quick cap. There's something I've not even thought of actually. The capping. Would people try even attempt a cap with the artillery of nature? 1 or 2 will be sat back in base. So is it really worth taking a lot of French fast tanks and going for the cap? I'm just not sure the viability. I mean, it's certainly interesting to watch, but I can't see it being pulled off very well unless they went pure French. Or do you think there'll be another tank that would be better suited to such a tactic?
No, I would actually pick the as we saw with the armor on the T-57. It can take a beating, and if you get up there and stay there long enough for the enemy to lose sight of you, then the enemy has to send some tanks up to spot you, and you can cover every single route up there. The entrance, there's only 3 entrances, so if you get up there with more than 3 tanks, then you have a pretty good plateau to just defend from. But again, this all depends on the enemy tanks if they move out of the base, and which I don't believe. I think they're going to leave a few artilleries inside the base.
Yeah, I certainly think that's going to be the case. So, do you think with this map that the French armor, or even mass T-57s with their armor, that they could try to do a push straight through down the funnels on the 5th and 6th grid, down the right-hand side of the Abbey, on the high-rise area? Do you think they could actually push through, just brute force it, just go for it, without the enemy expecting? No one's looking at, do you think?
Yeah, it could be, but I would really have to send in a fast tank first to spot if what the enemy is thinking about. But again, I could even see the French tanks going down one of the unlikely routes, like the right side route, and just pushing through because of the very thick armor. And even if they meet resistance, they can push up to this cover, and then only the artilleries that are already down there have the line of sight and are able to fire at them, because even tanks from sitting up in A8 has to move a little bit to be able to get a hit on them, and they're completely covered from the west. So it's a very good place to push to if you get the opportunity.
I totally agree. There's probably, well, there's so many tactics you can do with the limitations that are on today, which we'll go through again in a second. The choices are so open. There are so many things to do. It's really a note to make that on World of Tanks, there's so much diversity in such low tiers. There's only tiers 2, 3, and 4 RT available. That's a very, very small percentage of all the tanks in the game, and yet there is almost unlimited amount of different tactics and different choices that these clans can make.
Yeah, because it's not just a random battle, and it's not just a random clan wars battle, because in those battles you never pick all artillery, and this is the Fun Cup, so we are going to see a lot of fun tactics. So it's really fun to watch. I really enjoy this.
Yeah, me too. I really, for me, I can't wait for the next game to start. I really want to see what sort of tactics they're going to pull out of the bag. The last Chinese team were very organized, but I want to see something more extreme. I want to see a clan go, okay, let's just charge forward with loads of fast French artillery, or trundle forward with heavy armors. And I can announce that BIA did win indeed against BDB. So we will be watching USSR versus BSR. So it is indeed BIA versus USSR next. Oh, I've been blocked from the chat. It is indeed BIA versus USSR next. Right. Come on. Send. It's not sending. Oh well, people can hear on the chat in 8 minutes time.
Try some more.
Oh, well. Well, that worked. Okay, so let's go through what's going on again today for the people who didn't know. I'm Dorjan.
And I am Highflyer 15.
And we're your commentators today from Riveting TV. We are also The Rising Sun at YouTube and The Treadheads at YouTube if you've seen it. We are here today as big fans, really excited for you to listen to and watch this esport. It's amazing upcoming esports that is hopefully something you guys will watch over and over again. The next event that we can mention, apart from the Ural Steel that's going to be happening in Moscow next week, will be the Mangled Metal on the 22nd of September. The registration is open, so go ahead and join it now.
Yeah, go join, because there's nothing to lose and all the gold to gain. So go join. It's only going to be fun.
Yep, go join. Join.
Join. Now.
Dear, oh dear. Now, actually, I want to have a closer look at that T-57. I really think that made the Chinese team play. The two players playing on the T-57, unfortunately, I can't remember them now. The T-57 players, really effective. I mean, really effective. I didn't expect it to be such a game turner. Now, the view range is 385. That is actually less than the Wesp and less than the Bison. So it's not that particularly effective as a view range scout, but it's super effective at being a scout. Do you think it was the players themselves, or is there something I'm not seeing with the stats?
No, it's a mixture of both, of course, but the tank is very, very good at just getting out there, scouting, and then pulling back because of the low accuracy of the enemy artillery. And of course, he knew that, and this is not something you'll do in random matches or clan wars or even, yeah. So, but it's the high speed limit of 40 really makes it excel at being the scout artillery. So it was a very, very nice choice to have two of those, because if you lost the first one, then you have another one backing up. So very good choice.
Definitely. I honestly didn't expect that. I really, really didn't predict that at all, not in the slightest, if you couldn't tell. And it was such an interesting choice. I did mention the T-57 during the build-up, thinking that it could play a part with that high armor, because I noticed it. But it was so effective. Was it the M7 Priest took 3 shots? 3 shots to kill it. 3!
Yeah, that's amazing. That just proves that you really have to be lucky to get one shots even on the artillery. With artillery, people are usually complaining about it when you have a very high damage gun and it doesn't do a very high damage roll. But as we just saw, even the artillery has a hard time, even when it's face to face brawling like that.
Hey, there's a new splash screen for you showing the USR win. You want to grab that and put it up for everybody?
Yep, I'm grabbing it.
Oh, yep, because the USR did beat OMV in an almost, I would say, surprising win from the reputation of OMV, that they were such a solid team. That means the USR are even better. I think today is the day we're going to see some sort of upset of the OM clan not winning the finals. Something I'm really looking forward to is USSR next. So let's see what you've got, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. Impress me and impress the crowds. I want to see their fans go mental for them. USSR fans, shout in the chat. I hope you went mental. I can't see, obviously. 8 minutes delay. Ah, shame.
Let's see. To find the picture. Oh.
Have you got it?
Yeah, I'm kind of lost right now, actually. Putting in the okay, all the way over in the right. There we go.
I'm trying to restart the stream chat. It's crashed on me, guys, so I'll be there as soon as I can. That's why I'm not talking about it right now. It's gone down for me. Yeah, technical issues. I blame the monkeys in my computer.
Yep. Yeah, but as we can see, the USSR are moving forward into the semifinals, and BIA are going to be their opponent. But we're still waiting on the Chinese to find out which opponent they're going to be facing.
Oh wow! News just in: OM have lost. Both OM clans are out of there. We are going to see the the Battalion Windy Redmia versus Chinese. So in the finals will either be USSR, BIA, Chinese, or BWR. Whoa, that is a turnaround. So that is something really, really to look forward to. USR is next, guys. USR versus BIA. Wow, I didn't expect that one to come in, did you?
Not at all, no. We've been talking about them winning, and suddenly, boop, both teams out. That's a really big surprise.
Yep, yeah, they're both gone. These guys are the guys who are winning everything. Yeah, sure. They're gone now. Oh, okay. Well, Well, it's all for grabs. We have no idea who's going to win this. It's going to be so tight. Every clan here are experts. All these players here are trying their hardest, not giving an inch. And wow, that's going to be something to watch. All these battles are going to be so tight and so exciting.
Yeah. And as we get further into the competition, of course, we're going to see, or hopefully, we're going to see a lot more awesome strategies with these artilleries, surprising us once again with their strategies. I just thinking about it, artillery and strategy. If you have a full team of artillery, I just can't put the same word strategy into my mind. Just can't can't comprehend it.
Yeah, it's so much fun. This see, Fun Cup is really fun, guys. You got to think outside the box. 5 minutes till next round, guys. So stay tuned for that. 4 minutes is enough to run around your block once. It's enough to make a cup of tea and have a toilet break. It's enough to eat a Twix. So there's a few things we can do in that time. But what we're going to do is have another look at Abbey.
Yep, let's go into Abbey, and
now we know who we're going to see and what their possible tank layouts might be. Okay, so on Abbey again, and let's really focus on the Abbey in the middle. It's normally a very big tactic in pub games to go and take the Abbey early on. It's not one of my favorite tactics, but it's certainly a tactic I see a lot. Do you think there's any weight for the Abbey on this map? For the Arty?
Actually, yes, because as we saw in the earlier match, the T-57 moved up very, very quickly and got a view of the entire team, but he was sitting in a bush. Inside the Abbey there is no bushes, but there is a great view from right here, the E5 at the top and F5 at the bottom. You can get a complete look with that view range of his across the entire field, and he's going to be able to spot everything if he's fast enough, because most of the other artillery, aren't fast enough to get out of the way fast enough when he's just coming around the corner high speed.
I totally agree with that. There's nothing else. That's such a valuable asset the team could have, a valuable asset. But is it worth the climb? Is it worth the risks that come with going up that track that's got to be aimed by someone? One artillery is going to be looking there at least to the track. Is it worth that risk?
Yeah, I would say it is. But again, the enemy team really should be expecting this. So get to your positions, find a bush, sit in it, and just aim at that Abbey, that corner or that middle right there at the E5. Just have at least two, maybe one if you're a very, very slow team. Maybe just have one looking there, and the rest of you just get out of the way. And it's an easy kill if someone decides to go there and doesn't expect the enemy to be thinking as much as yourself are going to do.
Oh, hold on a second. I've got some news from the front line. The chat is going mental with the discovery of that Battalion Windy guys that I cannot pronounce are actually one pad in disguise.
I actually saw that. I saw their logo and I saw that they were in the game, but I was not going to say anything.
That's an upset. These guys ninja'd it. They took out OM Whitebeard and they are laughing. This is an upset. One padder in it. Okay. Well, we have I would say not almost, a professional team in this Fun Cup. They're clearly having a lot of fun. So we're going to see what's going to happen from there. Who are they facing in the next round?
Oh, let's look.
It's Chinese. So we just saw how good Chinese are. So if we see that the one pad win their match, we can only guess how good they are. And we're going to see how good USSR and BIA are in the next battle you're going to watch in about 5 minutes. So we will... Have we got invites yet? Just check it. Yes, we do. Whoops, almost forgot. And... we have 10 minutes there, so don't show that screen, my friend.
Nope, I won't.
So have you the updated brackets for the viewers?
Yeah, see, I didn't get it downloaded. Just
So we're going to show you the absolute new updated brackets for you that USSR beat OMV. BWR, or otherwise known as One Pad, beat OM. Chinese beat the Ragtag group Monster Gamer. I say Ragtag not in an offensive way, but they were not all from one clan. Battalion D Del that I cannot pronounce and I've tried twice now, were beaten by BIA Steel Panthers. So the next match you're going to watch is the USSR versus BIA, and I can't wait for that. And you have 10 minutes from now before we're going to start that one. So, woo.
yes, it's gonna be very exciting. After seeing Chinese play that high level of artillery matches, it's going to be really exciting to see them against a professional clan in disguise.
Right, we're going to take a few minutes break here to get some water and rest our voices. Highflyer, if you may, play that trailer of the, what is it called? Oh, I forgot to know. Mind blank. Play the trailer. The trailer. I'm going to call it the trailer.
Okay. F2. Yeah. We're gonna keep it at the brackets right now, and I'm going to find it.
And I'll be back in a moment.
Sorry for the silence, guys. I'm just trying to find out how to play that trailer, and right now I'm getting the answer. Okay, I'm just going to find it. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it here. We're not going to jump.
We're going to the trailer. That's fine. I thought you had it already set up.
Yeah,
that's
but,
my bad.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, I shouldn't risk it if it was going to mess up the stream. So.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, have you got the next round picture, which is USSR versus BIA? Yes, there it is. I've got it there. I'll post it again. Bang, that one.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna switch it as fast as possible. This is
How's everyone doing in the chat? Let me know. You really enjoying it? The first game good? You looking forward to seeing USSR in action or BIA? Who's your favorite? BIA? BIA? USSR? Type in the chat. Who's your favorite? USSR? BIA? Who's gonna win? BIA? Anyone? BIA? USSR?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, we'll see. It seems fans on both sides are in the chat. So
that's great.
Reminder of everybody that we're on an 8-minute delay here. We are not Wargaming employees. We are just fans like you guys having fun casting these games for you. I hope you've really enjoyed them. Any feedback is most welcome to rivetingtv@gmail.com. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should fill up my water bottle. I've already drank, what is it, 2 liters of water? Oh, God.
Hey, OMV have just said hi to us. Hey, Berserker, you're now on stream. Everyone's being really nice in the chat. It's nice to see you guys chatting amongst yourselves. It's always good. Go and talk about the game. Say who's your favourite. It's always good to support your team, guys. BI8 fans, be proud of your team. I want to see more guys chatting about it. Go on. Who's your favorite player? Who's your favorite player in BIA? Who's their star player? USSR, who's their star player? Or are they no star players? They're all just perfectly good. All of them are amazing. You got a favorite player? Anybody? It's good to see. Right, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that information screen. I'm trying to think which one. Death from Above, rule sets, just for anyone who's just tuned in. Trying to find it. Yeah, there it is. High Flyer, what's the rules?
Well, the rules for this tournament is, as the title applies, Death from Above. It is artillery only, and you have to have one from each of the nations present in the game: French, German, US, or the Russians. It's the maximum tier is 4, and you have to have 4 to 7 players per team, and you're allowed to have up to 4 reserve players waiting in queue just in case someone goes offline. And it is a 23 tier points for 7 players, minus 2 points for each player below 7, and there's a maximum of 2 Wargaming.net employees per team, so you're not allowed any more help. The use of premium tanks, the French artillery, which is the only artillery premium tank in the entire game so far, is allowed, and so are shells and consumables premium, of course gold. Teams, they have 10 minutes before each start of the match to join the lobby and ready up, and each battle lasts for 15 minutes, and you win of course by destroying all enemy artillery, or you can capture the base if that's what you're going for. The first 2 rounds were best of 1 or 3, and we're already at the semifinals, so it's best of 3 again. Is it, Luke?
Yes, it semi-finals still best of 3. It's only the finals that's best of 5.
Finals is best of 5, and if the match ends in a draw, both teams are disqualified, so they really have to fight for it.
They really do. There's nothing to lose, and as we saw there, even when oh my god, even when they were down to the last legs, Monster put up a fight. They were not. The gold is there at the end of the tunnel. I want it. I'm not going to give up. We thought that they'd called GG. We thought that was it, but no, they went on fighting to the absolute last breath was drawn from their final artillery. Yeah. So there's everything to play for. Absolutely everything.
I'll go fill my water bottle, and I'll be back in less than a minute.
See you in a second. Everyone, make sure you've got your drinks, your snacks, and everything going, because the match is going to start in 2 minutes 20. Hopefully, High Flyer is back, because his class is disconnected right now, and that would be bad news if he's not back in time. But I'll take you through the tanks, even though you might not be able to see them. We have got USSR, and they have got SU-26, 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 the AMX 105 AM, and the M37, with a grill supporting. Now, this is really interesting for me. SU-26s, 4 of them. They're going to use the turret to their absolute maximum every single time in this battle. High Flyer, are you back? Nope, it was just a noise from his end. I cannot believe that they're going to pick 4 of them. They must have done really well with it, and I can't wait to see how they use them. The AMX 105 AM, I still want to see that used in its speedy role, but I can't wait to see how they employ it, if it's going to be different from the Chinese players or not. Then the M37 is the first one we've seen today, and we'll see how that performs. And 1 grill. 1 grill. It's the first team with just 1 grill tonight. So we'll see if that's going to be any good.
Yeah, that's quite amazing actually, that many SU-26. Maybe they're going to use the tactic about reversing out from cover, but you never know. It might be just the quick rate of fire, and yeah, maybe. Actually surprising that there's no T-57s.
Then maybe they haven't thought of it. Maybe that was a Chinese-only tactic.
Yeah, maybe, and that could be their asset in the war. And that's great. Don't let the other team know what you're doing, because they might take it and adapt to it and make it their own and win by doing the thing that you are doing, and that's bad.
And do you know what? I want to see if any of these teams, especially in the finals, decide to change it about. Both games in Monster versus Chinese, they stayed to the same lineup in both games. Now, it didn't work out in Monster's favor, and Chinese, obviously, if it's working, don't fix it. But will we see? Do you expect to see at least one team start doing change rounds?
Oh, sorry, I was reading something.
Don't worry, don't worry. Do you expect teams to do change rounds? Do you expect them to sub out different artillery pieces? So instead of for 4 Su-26, if it didn't pan out for them, do you expect them to change to 4 grills or something, or something extreme like that? Or do you expect them to stay to their guns?
They could just change up to if someone was trying to snipe them and were watching the stream, as it is allowed to see the previous games, so there's no rule against that. So they could be doing that to confuse the enemy and have more than just one plan, and that's a great thing to have. Again, you could just switch to that
I totally
plan.
agree. I totally agree. It's totally possible if they've planned ahead. If they haven't planned, then it's going to be a lot harder. So I'm just going to take you a rundown of the choices that we have taken here from BIA. BIA have decided to take an AMX 105x3 and the Lorraine. Now, this is the sort of team we expected to see more of. They've gone for the fast French tanks, and I expected to see a team like this, and I can't wait to see how they deploy it. I really can. It's the team that I've been waiting for. So let's really hope that they managed to pull out something out of the bag. Are they going to take the Abbey with their super fast tanks? We have no one here from USSR that are deciding to stay back and camp. Oh wait, one of them has. Araconda from the USSR team is sticking back with his Su-26 and holding position now, trying to cover most of the Abbey and the left-hand side, using his turret for his advantage.
Yeah, and you can see that all of the players went directly to tactical positions. There's the first rock just outside of the base. That's an Su-26. Just went there straight and just sat there. And the fast, we just lost Den in his priest, but he was a scout. I think he was meant to just run down there and not expect to get
the
home.
suicide scout. We were discussing that. We expected a few people to do that. Wow, we have lots of BIA fans in the chat. I think there's more BIA than USSR. They're going mental for BIA. So let's see if they can live up to expectations here against USSR.
Yeah, and again back to the tactical positions. If you look at the French AMX, he has gone behind some fences, and that is something you can easily take advantage of in the random games as well, because if someone come to hit you from the front, then they'll be hitting the fence, unless it's of course artillery, which could hit you from above.
Oh, there we go. DJ Killer from the USSR was just taken out by another Su-26. That's 2 down for USSR. It's not a good start, but they've all changed their positions. Now, this is something we didn't see Monster do. They didn't really react to the losses of their tanks, where USSR are completely changing. They've all moved to the side.
Yeah, and that's I really like seeing that. Instead of it, I wouldn't say it looked like panic, but they stuck to their guns. They kept to the plan that was set at first. I respect that, because it's discipline. You don't just start to run around the map just because you're a little bit afraid or confused. You stick to your guns.
Definitely. And that's the training for it. As a team, as a clan, and this goes for everyone out there watching, look at these guys, what they're doing together. I can only imagine what their Skype or their team speak is right now. They're really focused. Every single word means something. They all know how to respond and communicate with each other. The amount of complex strategies going through their minds right now must be astronomical.
Yeah, and you can see they've set up again in different locations. You have a Su-26 at the base, Su-26 near the hill in B3, and then you have the S-26 in the A2. And I actually think this is very tactical, because again, the artillery really has limited view range. So if the front Su-26 gets spotted, then the guy behind him doesn't get spotted, because as you can see, the distance between them is quite large, and I actually like that strategy.
I do as well. It allows if one gets spotted, the others not to really be given away that easily. So it's a really good tactic. Now, this is something we did go through a few times and we touched upon. This is the AMX squad. The BIA are deploying. Now, do you think they're using the AMXs? And I got a sneaking suspicion is yes, BIA are using the AMXs for repositioning. They are using the speed to get around the map, take out a target, then reposition for the completely new location so they can't be predicted.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best prediction I could see, because we haven't really spotted any of them yet. Because the first priest got killed by, was it a bison? I think no. Oh, it was a bison.
Yes, bison.
And we haven't really seen any of the AMXs, so they're really either they're cautious and holding back, or they're moving around the map constantly and only just getting an inch closer to the enemies each and every time. So if on the fourth run you don't spot anything, maybe the next inch you spot something, and yeah, just play cautiously. I think that's what they're doing right now.
I actually agree. One thing to note here, guys, everyone look at A0. Oh, sorry, A8. Nothing's there. There's no one in the USSR team that is watching that position either. And we did see French tanks down in the valley when we lost the M37 and the Su-26. I believe it was the Su-26 Shrevik that was sat there that was taken out. And here we go. Just as I mentioned it, Lorraine's coming up there. But they were watching it. The Su-26 from across the way were watching it. 2 shots go in. Only one finds its mark. No one. He hasn't died yet. Another shot goes in and it's missed. I can't see what's going on. The Su-26 is line shot going to happen? It did, but nothing happened. Now we've got to watch out for the return shots. Yeah. Oh, they're not moving from their positions. So, mistake? I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it seems they're okay.
Yeah.
Seems they're okay. Whew.
Yeah, the Su-26, he waited until the tank had reversed all the way downhill before he fired, because he was the one spotting them. That's, again, discipline. You really have to control. If you're going to fire, then you will be spotted, even if you're sitting in a bush. And right now we can see that the enemy is actually taking pot shots all over the USSR base. They're just trying to hit those obvious bushes, but yeah, luckily they're not hitting, because
see, that's actually interesting. I play a game called Pick a Bush. You pick a bush and shoot. Now, this is something that I'm worried about from the USSR team, and also from the USSR to take advantage of. Why don't they look for counter-artillery? If they're going to take pot shots at random bushes, that means they're giving their position away. Do you think they have the range with the Su-26 to actually counter-artillery? I did warn that was one of the big weaknesses of the Su-26.
Yeah, I actually think they're very aware of that, and actually that's why they're not doing it, because it is the primal way of taking out the enemy artillery without any risks, is just look for those tracers. But again, if you don't know where the enemy are, you will be wasting a lot of time just looking. And in a tournament like this, the enemy isn't just going to fire just for fun, except in that last 2 shots where they felt secure enough to take those shots.
Oh, dinging a D5. I've just been informed that Den BLR from the USSR team is their commander, and he's actually letting them know that he wants him to move. I think that's an order to Kovatar that he's under attack and he needs to move. We have obviously repositioning going on here. Let's watch to see their movements. Den Blen is obviously I'll just call him Den. Den is taking charge of his team. He's given the new orders, new positions, and new places to watch. They've all moved, rotated their turrets for a new position. Can you guess what they're planning and what's going through his mind?
Well, I think he's trying to maybe read the enemy a little bit, because the AMX was told to relocate to D5, and he's in a very, very, very defensive position. So I think they're thinking that the enemy might be pushing through Abbey, the monastery, and as you can see, I think he's trying to take use of the 50-meter rule in World of Tank right now, because he isn't going to just peek around the corners and die meaninglessly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things, guys. If you didn't know, we went through this in the last match. If you just tuned in, that there is a 50-meter rule in World of Tanks. If you go within 50 meters of someone, you're instantly revealed, no matter how much camo you've got. That's through anything. Rock. Ooh, what was that?
Ooh, that was a tree right behind the AMX. I don't think he noticed, but there is an enemy very, very, very close, and he has to really look out now.
Yeah, Saint Leo just took a near miss and he hasn't noticed. He's taken a second near miss. He still hasn't noticed. Will a third shell go down? He's clearly spotted. Will he move? He's not moving. There's a third shell. He's so lucky. Saint Leo is there. He's taken. Oh, he's made notice. He's noticed at last and he's moving back, but there's 2 trees behind him. Will he get through without knocking one down? Oh, another shell goes back as a 5th shell. Saint Leo's the luckiest tank alive. He's trying to get out of there. He's moving forward. Is he actually going to redeploy or is he going to sit still? Do you think it's a mistake if he sits there?
He shouldn't take a bush, that's for sure, because the enemy will be looking for the bushes. So, oh, he just nearly missed that tree. Oh,
if he fires from this position, High Flyer, surely they're going to see it immediately. There's people watching this position.
Yeah, right now he should be telling the team that, okay guys, they're firing constantly at me, start counter-battering. But again, they have the Su-26s and their range, as you said, is not very good. So I don't even know if they can hit down there.
We have action. Oh! The second casualty for BIA. He came out to spot to see what was going on, but Kovata in USSR Kovta decided to instantly take him out. Counter artillery is coming down. He survived the open barrage. He might be able to get out using the speed of the AMX-15. Oh, he knocked down a tree though. They know where he's going. They know he's making a run for it. They're not going to keep firing to that spot. They know he's moved. Is he going to be able to get away? They know where he's going. They're predicting. These guys are all experts. They know the map, the layout, where you're probably going to go. No more shots are coming down. I think he's safe. They're coming down behind him. They've lost it. Whoa, he was lucky. That paid off.
Yeah, even though you're very good at predicting, can you predict a person that's in panic? He was panicking. He was just trying to get away, and all the enemy artillery was trying to guess that maybe he's just going to sit in this bush because he was spotted and going into a bush. I don't know if that's going to factor in the disappearing time, but he didn't go for any bushes, and that was very, very clever, and just moving into the town.
Yeah, it was very clever. He went forward. Most people, when they try and retreat or get out of a sticky situation, they come back. But something to note, guys, right now. What is there to note? The timer. It's at 3 minutes 45. That means there's not much time left. Someone has to make a move here. Is this a draw? Do you think one of the teams are going to go for it, or they're going to sit back and play out for a draw?
I would guess that. Oh, there we have some movement. Yeah, and I was just going to say it. I was just about to say that the team with the scout tanks, the T-57, would be making a move with that tank because they really need to get. Oh, he took out. They really need to make a move, and why not use the fastest tank to make a move?
Now, this is something to point out right now. The scout just went right through the lines, and now we have a position for USSR. They're split into 2. Their forces are on either side of each other. They can't actually support each other as well as they want to. Although they are artillery, they have obviously the range to be able to go over the top, but they are split in 2. We have their only last tank in the middle, the AMX-105 Kovata, who's been playing fantastically so far. He's now split off from his teammates. Do you think that's going to have any effect if they had to go back and defend? Because the cap circle is wide open right now.
Yeah, actually we saw the T-57 go up the hill on the after getting the assist on spotting the other Su-26. But right now they're splitting up. I wouldn't call that a very good move, but it could be let's push for cap or.
Oh, nice shot! The Su-26 Saint Leo just took a shot up to the T-57. Superb, and there's the cap circle. As you were saying, High Flyer?
Yeah, this is going to be very tough because most of their team, half their team is over halfway away from the base, and it's going to be really tough to get back.
This is what I feared most for the USSR team. They're in such a pickle right now. They're in such a situation. What do? Do they sacrifice to go back to try and stop the counter? They got 1 minute 45 plus 5 for the draw. And they're surely going to be playing for a draw right now.
Yeah, definitely. That's the best outcome right now because it doesn't look like they're not going to be able to get into the cap circle right now. So
Ooh, Kovatar's actually going to suicide scout to light up their capper. He's taking the shot, he's missed, but so did Iron Trash. The AMX 105s missed each other. Now what about the support? Surely the USSR guys were already aiming for the cap circle. There's the targeting
they got
St.
him.
Leo, but Kovatar from Iron Trash gets taken out with the second shot. They've got very limited time window. They've reset the cap, but they haven't managed to finish off the AMX, which means that he's going to lose sight any second now, and that means that there is no more scouts. Oh, wait, behind! St. Leo, watch out behind you! Oh, direct hit, but he survived. He didn't go down. The T-57 didn't have a powerful enough gun, and St. Leo does have a turret, so he can turn around and be able to see him. He's not... Oh, no, that was it. He's out. Counter capping going on here from USSR. It's their last ditch attempt. What can Araconda do? He's got to be able to get back and reset that cap, and he managed to take out the T-57 who took out his teammate. This is all up to Araconda. Can he reset that cap with random shots, or is he going to be able to get back in time? Does he have enough time to get back?
I would say no, because right now it's gone up to 2 players in the cap base, so it's now up to luck and hitting those tanks inside the cap circle. Oh, it looks like maybe they have a position of good Russian. Oh, when a tank comes up behind them, and now they do, and yeah, now it's GG.
It's going to be a win or a draw.
Yeah.
We are 12 seconds now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and it's a loss! Oh wow, that's the closest game I think I've seen ever. 2 seconds left on the clock, and it's a cap by BIA. Now that's something we mentioned before the game. We didn't actually, or I didn't expect to see a cap, but they used the AMX's speed for that cap. It's the exact strategy that you said that someone with an AMX team might do. Fantastic. BIA 1-0. Oh my god.
What an ending! That was just incredible. I was thinking it, but I was also thinking about it because they knew that the other team had enemy. They had artilleries on the left side, but they could have gone for that and flanked together with the T-57. But that was a very, very close call. Oof, my heart is pounding.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It was down to every shot. No matter what happened, it was like, oh, no, will it? No, will it? Ah, and if Araconda was lucky with just one shot, a splash damage to either of the tanks in the cap circle, and it would have been a draw. And that's what USSR was clearly going for. It was the thing we feared once they got split up. Amazing maneuvering from BIA, but that was exciting. Now we've got to see if they're going to switch things up. Now, this is the thing that I was curious about at the start. Will USSR decide to do a split up? Will they decide to change it up? We're going to find out. We've got 3.5 minutes to find out if they're going to change out. High Flyer, have you got any new ideas for strategies on Abbey now?
Well, they did get out the base very fast, as I said was one of the best things to do, because if the scout, but again, if the battle was reversed, then the scout would have come from the other team, and they would have actually been able to spot several of their tanks just scattered around the monastery abbey, and that would have been a bit worse than it would have been worse, because the priest was kind of suiciding, because he was just going straight and not even he could have got up to the abbey and just look outside the buildings up there, as we mentioned while talking on the map, but he decided to go just straight through and only spotted one tank, and I think they predicted that they would use just any tank to go through, and they were ready for it.
They were ready for it, and it wasn't the best result for USR. They put up a hell of a fight. It was close. It was nail-biting to the end. But BIA did feel like they were in control of that match. What do you think BIA was doing that made USR so much on the back foot? Because USSR retreated to the back of the map and stayed there almost the entire time, while BIA was free roaming. They were repositioning and going where they needed to go. They took the entire eastern side of the map, they took the abbey, and they pushed up in every direction. What could have USSR done to stop themselves getting pushed back so far?
I don't exactly know, because as you said, BDR was really was really just focusing on clearing one side and just getting that side clear, and then they saw that by getting up until the into the base of the USSR, they saw that there was no tanks up there, so either they were on the left side or they were inside the abbey, and they did send a scout through the abbey at one point, so
It did.
they knew where they were. So it was a tough call, and if I should come with some advice or how they could have won, I'm not actually sure. Maybe been a bit more cautious with the initial scouting, because it was the priest isn't a fast tank. It's not the fastest. The AMX could have done the scouting instead, but instead he was the one sitting around the abbey in the middle.
Wasn't it the M37, not the priest, the baby priest?
I think it was the I think it was the M37.
Okay.
I think it was.
Oh, it's M37, not the M7 priest. Ah,
Okay.
Tier different. It's a whole tier different.
Oh, sorry.
And that's Den Bleu. Actually, that's something to note. They used their commander as the suicide scout.
Yeah, that's also a little clever, because he did scout someone. If he had scouted more, that would have been wonderful. But he did scout just one tank, and then he could switch over to being the commander of the team, because playing the game and throwing commands to and orders to your team can be a lot harder than just sitting around and just saying what they should do. And he did do that after dying. So I think it was a pretty good plan.
I agree. I agree totally. It frees up his mind to purely focus on the strategy of the map, although it didn't seem to help him. Let's see what happens again. Just a reminder for everyone watching this stream right now, we've got an 8-minute delay. We're watching the Fun Cup World of Tanks Death from Up Above series. We're in the semi-finals with USSR against BIA, and BIA are leading 1-0. It's best of 3, so if BIA take this one, they're going through to the finals. If USSR manage to get a defense up, we're going through to the 3rd match. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and you see Dennis already throwing out orders, and he actually wants all entrances and all exits and entrances covered. So let's see if I've actually muted all of the USSR team, so they were actually talking inside the chat, voice chat. So they were talking inside the game, and he's probably throwing out orders all over the place right now, and they're again positioned very, very strategic, but again inside bushes. The enemy will be looking at bushes for tracers, so just sit next to the bush. At least that way the enemy has to just aim a little bit to the right and lose a little bit of their accuracy.
Yeah, definitely. This is something we need to keep an eye on here, and Kovatar is right in the middle. We saw him play a fantastic game last time with his AMX 105 AM, but it looks like he's being the forward scout this time. Do you think he's in a good position where he is?
Not if they have anything up in A2 or B2, because he can be hit directly from there. I think maybe he could move forward. If he's going to sit there, he could might as well move up to the next house, because he has the same amount of protection up there. But he is playing it a little bit cautious, and it's better to see that than a rushing M37. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, we got some action already over here.
Yeah.
Again, the same strategy. The Lorraine has gone down. Whiskey CZ, I think, was the same guy from BA last time. He came down. And Den Bleu, although not getting himself killed this time as suicide scout, he's been spotted the same fashion his T26 was spotted last time. There we go. St. Leo with an excellent shot taking out Whiskey with the Lorraine. Now, I would be very worried as Den if anyone could actually get an angle of him. If someone's sitting in B1 with long enough range, he's actually wide in the open right there. There's no cover for him. I kind of expect something to come out of nowhere right now and take him out, but he's moving forward and backwards. He knows it. He knows he's being watched. So this is really good thinking on his part. Not only is he talking to his team, but he's also keeping an eye on his own tank.
Yeah, and that's he really has to consider if I think he really considered the fact that they lost a tank right at the beginning of the match last time, because any tank can deal damage. Even if it's 1% damage, it's still a tank with full damage potential. So losing that tank straight off from the bat, it was a move that he reconsidered, and now he's just sitting there and giving orders instead. And I think that's very great.
I also do, and this is something that I thought was a really powerful bit of BAA last time. BIA managed to control the whole map, but this time USSR have gone out and taken the map. They've got all the sides covered. That place from their team captain Der is amazing. Anyone trying to get down that right-hand side will be spotted by the 50-meter rule. Anyone. So they are going to be really pressed to get past the defenses on that side, which means they've also got the Abbey, because Kodvata has been there the entire time. So there's no one in the Abbey, which means that also that no one's on the left-hand side, or sorry, the west, because Good Russian is there. So the USSR have done exactly what we said they failed on last time. They were pushed back into a defensive position. This time they said, no, we're not. And Der's been shouting and saying, guys, we've got to push up and take control. And that's exactly what they're doing. I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah, and I've just been looking at Good Russian, and these guys are really responding very quickly, because he dinged the map, and exactly as the ding came out, it was movement. So they're very disciplined, and they're listening. They're listening and not just sitting thinking about their own hides. And yeah, they're really great team right now.
They're showing why they're in the semi-finals. They've come a long way here. They've fought some difficult teams on the way, and they're definitely a contender for the finals. Any one of the 4 teams in the semis right now are sure to be there. They're all well-deserved. And here we go. Oh, one of the AMX out position. He's absolutely in the open there. But I don't know how many guns there. One glancing shot from USSR team. Managed to take down BIA. Oh, he lost sight of him, but 2 more Tracer shots come in. 4th one. He's taken 4 shots. I don't know his condition of his stick. He's been hit by 2. He's still alive though. And there we go. Good Russian with a direct shot, and another one from his teammate just to make sure. He is down.
Yeah, that was a great shot off the hip, because he didn't have much time to, watch out.
Yeah, the BIA are not giving up. They're actually deciding, hey, we've lost 1 guy, we might as well lose 2. So they're sending forward Iron Trash to try and get revenge, but he's been hit twice. We already know that the USSR guns are pointing in this direction. At what cost? At what cost was this move? They've obviously lit up the Su-26. The Good Russian is there with his grill, and they are both lit up. They know that they're there. So the enemy BIA team are going to be watching them right now. But Iron Trash goes down as well. That's 2 of their main tanks. The AMX 105 AM's down. Iron Trash and Massacre. I don't believe either of them went down in the last battle, but the Su-26 Anaconda, the last survivor, in fact he didn't die in the last match, has gone down. He didn't move fast enough, and he was taken out because he stayed in position. That's the thing with artillery, guys. You got to keep moving. They'll keep firing where you were.
Yeah, and they got revenge for losing Anaconda, because the Bison that spotted the Anaconda was taken out very quickly. So it's really great to see, because even though they're scattered all over the map, you might think that they're out of position and in need of backup, but because it is the Fun Cup and it is artillery, you can support from any part of the map if you're positioned correctly, and they are.
Yes. Now, the really cool thing to note, if you guys were watching just then, that Kovatar and Den both went down, the Abbey on the left and the right-hand side, clearing out any opposition on the way. Both sides went down. Kovatar was taken out just shortly after taking out one more of the Bison, I believe. And now Den went and checked the A0, but there was no one there. He's moving back across. He took the moment when BIA were clearly concentrating on taking out the thing. And here we go, another exchange. Su-26 takes out Grill, and an Su-26 takes out the AMX. This was a great exchange for USSR. They've come out in massive favor here, and they're going to do exactly what BIA did to them, go for the cap. Or is he?
Yeah, maybe. There's 8 minutes left. There's plenty of time to go for the kill. And with this match, they really proved that no way are you going to boss us around 2 rounds in a row. You really have to fight for this gold and the place in the finals.
Hey guys, in the chat, don't give out the results before people can see it. That's just really, bad juju, guys. But we are seeing a win from the USSR, which means it's 1-0. Fantastic victory.
Yep,
USSR took control and showed BIA they're not to be messed with.
Yeah, I really have to stay neutral here and remember that, not write GG in the chat.
I know it's so hard
Yeah.
not to do that as a player. Can we have a look at the brackets to see if the other games are going on right now?
Yep, we can.
I better ready up in the special battle. So in the brackets, guys, for anyone who's just tuned in, we have an 8-minute delay. So if anyone comes into the chat room and starts telling the scores, tell us and we will kick their heads in for you and we'll ban them from the chat. It's really not fun. No, that was 2 games. Okay, so we're looking at the brackets. Okay, the other game, Chinese versus 1 Battalion, I believe has finished. What was the results? I have results of the other game yet? Trying to find out for you guys if there's a result for the other battle that we're not covering, Chinese versus BWR or 1 Battalion. USSR and BI, they are super close, 1 game each. That was amazing turnaround from USSR. It looks like they were really shook up, from BIA from the first battle. In the first battle. In the second battle, they took full control and said, no, we are taking charge. What do you think of that turnaround, Highflyer?
It was a really great turnaround, and Den obviously saw his mistake of just going for the suicide cap scouting run at the beginning of the first match, and really took in the experience that they just learned, that they got pushed into a corner and didn't have positions from all over the map, and therefore couldn't just help anyone from any position. And they really did that from the beginning of the game. Even though they sat down in bushes, it was still a great they divided the forces all over the map and had 1 scout there and 1 scout over on the west side, and then was keeping an eye on the ridge on the right side, and that scout got taken out very quickly, and I think that was the main problem. They lost the right side of the map very quickly at the first match, and that pushed them back to the west, and that really hurt them.
It really did. It absolutely destroyed them. BI became, I would say, desperate. Near the end there, they took 2 of their AMXs and ran forward and continued fighting, even though all the artillery were looking in there. USSR had all their artillery looking one direction. As soon as they knew they were taking advantage, Den decided to say, hey guys, we need to move forward. And he took him and Kovatar forward into the enemy area, into the enemy base, sweep through, killed another 1 of their artillery, and got into superior positions. After that, BI stood no chance, utterly surrounded, utterly outpositioned, and lost their second game. So now it's 1-1, and I'm so psyched looking for the third game. Both of these have been excellent, high-quality games from both teams.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what are they going to change up. Are they going to switch out a few artilleries, or are they just going to think, okay, we're gonna play this a little bit more defensive, because those 2 AMXs just charging forward, they should have been charging forward together and gotten around the hill, so they were 2 versus 2 instead of 2 versus the whole team, because that's what killed them, because they missed a lot of shots and they survived for a very long time, but
indeed
they stayed in the open and get to cover in any game. Any game, get to cover.
Yeah, they stayed in the open. Both teams stayed in the open for quite a long time, but more so BIA, and it shows for the fact they lost. We have 30 seconds till the next match. We'll run down what we're doing today, guys. We have an 8-minute delay stream. I'm Dorjan.
And I'm Highflyer15.
And this is the Fun Cup Death from Above, where you can only have tier 4 artillery or below. What are the more exact rules there, Highflyer?
Some of the other rules are that it's max tier 4, and you have to have 1 from each nation in your roster. You can't just have pure French for the speed, you have to divide it up. You can have a maximum of 2 wargaming employees per team. I haven't seen any wargaming employees, but you can if you want to. The use of
No. He means casters, man. The rules means casters.
Oh, okay. Okay. Maximum of 2 casters. But the use of premium tanks is allowed, but we still haven't seen any of the premium tanks, and we're going to go to the game because it's just started.
It's just starting. I want to see people going in the chat mad. USSR fans, scream for your team. I want the BIA guys saying, no, we're going to get back the third game. We're not going to take back. We don't care that we lost the second game. We're still the better team. Are you? Can you do it? Come on, guys. Support your teams. I want to see who's going to win. Who's the most popular team? Come on. Is it USSR? Is it USSR? Is it BIA? Well, let's see. Let's find out. The battle's about to start.
Yeah, and let's see if they go for the same positions. It's switched up positions again with the bases, so it's really going to be interesting to see if the previous strategy is going to win the game for BIA again.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how they deal with the loss. Are they going to be really upset that the enemy team, USSR, pushed them back on the second game? Are they going to be really shaken up by that? Or are they going to say, hold on, what did we do right in the first game? Let's do that again. Because clearly USSR saw what they did in the first game and adjusted beautifully. This is a mark that Den has real good control of his team. He knows what he's doing. He has absolute fantastic communication with his team and said, hey, BI ripped us apart. Don't worry. I know what they did. I know our mistakes. I'm going to fix it. This is what we do. And all the players played amazing plays. Again, Kvetar played amazing in the middle, played the usual style that he seems to be doing, where he's playing, I'm looking for the word, drifter, midfielder. He's going where he's needed. And that is working out for them, but he's doing something different this time. What's he doing, Highflyer?
Yeah, right now he has went to the middle. It was halfway the plan that he had before, but he stopped and went straight into the Abbey, and they already lost quota.
Oh no, Whiskey CZ is in the exact same position he's been for the last 2 games. Now, obviously, USSR have gone for the different strategy. They've decided to change. They go, hey, I'm going to do this instead this time. Totally different. BIA will never expect it. And BIA said, do you know what? We're going to stick with our plan because it works. And, that's a loss. That's a huge loss.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird watching this, actually, because they did have a very, very great strategy for the other side of the map. But I would suppose that you could do it the other way around. But we've seen a totally new strategy. There's 2 guys very close to each other, the SU-26 up in A4 and A3, and we have one in A9 and the lone one on D1, and then Den in the middle.
They're blowing my mind, man. They're blowing my mind. Explain to me what they're doing.
Yeah, I have no idea. The strategy went so well earlier, and right now they have support from 4 different places, but they could have 5. That could be the deciding factor. If someone is hiding a little bit more to the left, and someone needs to be a little bit more to the left to hit them, being that close to each other with the 2 SU-26s, that's it. Yeah, as I said, it could be the deciding factor.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I can say really until we see what BI are doing. Maybe Den has this big plan that he's going to be doing here. He's like, okay, guys, if we go into these positions here, we're playing defensive. We'll wait out BIA. And last time they were impatient. They were overconfident and impatient. But that won't work twice, will it? They won't be fooled enough to go, well, we won the first game, lost the second, but we're going to rush again in the third game as we did in the second, because we won the second game, right? I just don't think it's going to work. It looks like they're really laying a trap rather than doing what they did in the second game and taking charge.
Yeah, it could be a trap, but if it is a trap, then I'm really excited to see how it works, because this will really surprise me if this is going to work as well as their first strategy or second strategy, because this looks very much like their first strategy, because they have their 2 SU-26s to the west, and last time they were pushed up there because they lost the right. Right now they have the right, but they're still in the west.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like they've gone, hey, let's throw the winning strategy out the window because they'll expect that, and just do something balls against the wall, unplanned, third game, wild card. I've seen teams do that. They've gone for a wild card in their third game, even though they could trust their instincts and trust their training and their teamwork. But they've gone, no, let's just do something totally different. And wow, I can't wait to see what happens. But here we go, some action. The AMX 105 AM, not their usual tier 2 scouts, has been spotted and taken 3 shells. Only one of them found their mark, did not kill them.
Yeah, and the grill really has to get out of the way because, as you saw, 2 shells just and a third one just landed right where he was positioned just seconds ago. He could have been dead, but he luckily moved, and it looks like the strategy about putting 2 Su-26s on the left side of the map actually is working, even though we're very confused about it. Because when he gets a Bison and a Lorraine 39 also just died.
Well, the
right
Lorraine
side.
30. Yeah, the Lorraine 39 actually died from the other side. The Lorraine that died is Whiskey. If you
Yeah.
remember rightly from the start of the game, he was the guy who'd managed to take out Kovitar. And the Su-26, Shrevek, sat at the back waiting. And he waited the entire time, clearly with his aim at that corner. He was like, I know that guy just killed my mate there. He's going to come around the corner. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take him out. And as soon as he came round, he took him out. He took a glancing shot, but it didn't kill him. Oh, just I say that. Iron Trask with an amazing shot takes out Shrevek, and wow, that's a big loss for USSR. I didn't expect him to get killed there, but their scouts.
Revenge!
Oh wow!
Just got killed. That was an amazing shot because those hills are actually pretty steep, and hitting from that range and down upon him is just that was a very, very good shot. But again, they lost the right side, and the Su-26 is retreating. I don't know if that's a good idea. He could be pushing a little bit forward, but it looks like that's Den's job.
Yeah, no, this is the interesting thing to note. This is the critical few minutes, guys. USSR are now back in their old position. They lost one of the flanks. What do? Last time they ignored the flank. Oh wait, Den's just been ambushed. She just took a hit from an unknown source. At the same time, AMX Murin 1 has been spotted by the grill on the other side. Good Russian is now toe-to-toe with the AMX. What will happen there? And at the same time, Den is avoiding fire from an unknown source.
Yeah, that totally surprised me because Den, even though he's driving around, someone has to be very close to spot him because he's not leaving any marks. That's not how the game
Iron
goes.
Trash goes down.
Oh, okay, that's and another one. This is going fast now. Ooh.
Oh wait! Oh my god! That was 2 massive losses. BIA now down to 2. Only a tier 3 and a 2 versus a tier 4 and the rest tier 3s. This is amazing for the USSR. They have to be thinking now to go into aggressive strategy.
Yeah, and you can see the Su-26s are just driving forward because they've just just one of them. Oh, one of them is pushing forward. Okay. Well, yeah, as you can see, they've switched to the let's play a little bit cautious and just get a few kills, and those 2 kills just got the momentum going, and they're now pushing forward.
Wow, this is exciting. We didn't know what the USSR guys were doing, but they clearly did. They have shown themselves here to be really confident in their teamwork and be able to adjust on the fly. It's a really important thing to do, to not rely on fixed plans, but instead to be able to adjust. Den has shown his leadership abilities here off, and his teammates are all highly skilled, pulling off amazing shots, supporting their teammates and showing great situation awareness.
Yeah, and this just shows that the strategy they started out with it wasn't just a fluke that they got pushed back to the corner, because they did the same thing here without being pushed back to the corner. So it was a very good. It was the strategy to do. So, and here it turned out to be a good one.
Yep. USSR have taken this. I think it's kind of an anticlimax because the end has come out. It's a hunting match. M-Popsy is not going to give up. M-Pops isn't going to give up. This is their last tank. They have no more lives left. This is the final match. This is the final of the semi-finals. We've just got it in. That battalion just won 2-1. So we are going to be looking at, if things go as planned, USSR versus Battalion, 1st Battalion. So we have some happy people and some really upset BIA fans who must be crushed right now. But guys, don't feel bad. They are amazing players. BIA have shown themselves to be top-notch players, a top-notch team that deserve to be in the semi-finals, and were just pipped to the post by the adjusting ability of the USSR strategies.
Yeah, that was very good. I really like the decision by Den, and just sticking to your guns. Again, if you know a strategy works, and they've been flanked. but now they know where he is, of course. But back to the strategy. He knew that the strategy would work, but just because you lost one game with it doesn't mean that you have to change it completely. Even though he didn't rush and scouted and just died, it's still turned out to be a great strategy.
It did indeed. I'm really impressed with USSR, but as M Pops is just proving, he's not giving up. He's going, oh, okay, you know what? If you guys are all going to go to my base, I'm going to go to yours. 5 versus 1, let's do this. I'm not scared of you. There's gold on the line here. Was it worth taking them 2 shots? Den is going to take the shot for the side. Oh! Russia takes him out with a clean hit. 1 shot, 1 death. GG, USSR go through. Good try, BIA. Perfect battle on the first. Couldn't pull it off on the second and third. USSR show their strength and go to the final against 1st Battalion. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a very, very great tournament. Actually, even though it's just the Fun Cup, there's some great strategies and great turnarounds, because they kept to the same strategy, and we were scratching our heads because they had just turned around the series of best of 3 to a 1-1 with a very great strategy of spreading out their artillery onto the map. But here they stuck to the same tactic that they lost with, and it turned out that BIA just didn't expect it to be the same strategy.
I know, it was wow. I'm super impressed. BIA seem to run the same strategy every game. All 3 games seem to be the same strategy. We saw their tanks appearing roughly the same place each time. USSR, each game, they had the same core mechanic, but changed things enough to be totally different. The start of the 3rd battle totally threw us, but it was actually the same strategy they fell back on the first game. But it worked out for them because they readjusted and fixed everything that was wrong.
Yep. That was
Excellent
a very
decision.
great game, and yeah, as we found out, the Chinese lost to BWR, and yeah, they're going through. And I'm just throwing a splash screen up to show it.
Ooh, I can't wait to see this. Chinese were obviously very professional, very organized, and they lost. And if they lost, wow, what's this team coming? The 1st Battalion are coming, USSR. Are you ready for them? Are your fans ready for it? Are there any 1st Battalion fans ready for this next battle? Next battle will be 1st Battalion versus USSR, coming up soon. Let's go back what we're doing here today. I'm Dorjan.
And I'm Highflyer 15.
And you're watching the World of Tanks Fun Cup Death from Above, where you can only play artillery, tier 4 and below. Let's see some of them rules.
We have rules indeed, and the rules are, of course, artillery open as the artillery only open as the title says, Death from Above. Artillery open only, and you have to have at least 1 from each nation. So you can't just go with 1 nation and just going US are the best and we will go with that. The maximum tier is 4, and you can have from 4 to 7 players per team, and up to 4 reserve players if some of the other players go offline, and you can be, yeah, it's a reserve player. And the maximum tier is 23 tier points for 7 players and minus 2 points for each player below 0. And there's a maximum of 2 Wargaming net employees per team, which means casters, but we're not Wargaming employees, but that is what that rule is. And
Yeah.
the use of premium tanks and shells and consumables are allowed, but we are yet to see any French tanks. Are we going to see any French tanks in the finals? We can only wait and see. And each battle lasts for 15 minutes, just like any random battle, and you can win by destroying all enemy artillery or capturing the base, as we have seen one lucky game going down to the wire with that. And the first 2 rounds were best of 1, the others were best of 3, but now we're at the finals where it's best of 5. And the map we're going to play is on Himmelsdorf, and that's going to be a very exciting battle because that's a city map only. And not very, very much.
I want to see that's going to be really good to go through in a minute. What I want to interrupt you for is the prizes. Everyone is winning here. We have got I forgot the last game. They're actually going to be a playoff, I assume, between the guys who just lost. So BIA will be winning something, and so will Chinese. These two guys here, USSR and 1st Battalion, are playing for 6,000 gold per person, per player, and 4,000 gold per player if they lose. So even if you lose, you win, but I don't think either of them are going to give an inch.
No, I believe that's yeah. Of course, why not go for an extra 2,000 gold instead of just settling for 4,000? It's the same in any other competition. Why settle for silver when you can go for gold?
Yeah, the next invite will be in 4 minutes, so that's 14 minutes till game. So I'm going to type in chat, 18 minutes till next game. Time for 18 Kit Kats. Oh, I've been banned from chat again. God damn it. Oh, dear, oh dear. I can't wait. I really can't wait. Each tier as we go up, there's quarterfinals, semi-finals, is increasing the amount of skill shown by each player, the intensity of the decision making from the commanders, and the positioning on the maps are fantastic every step of the way. So we're going to have the final battle up in about 18 minutes, guys. So make sure you grab a glass of water or a sandwich or something, because you're going to need the energy to watch this best out of 5 match coming up soon. The most exciting we've seen thus far, I'm sure. We're going to have a look at Himmelsdorf, I think, here, Christian.
Yeah, let's switch to that and have a look. And here we have it, the Himmelsdorf, which is only open field in the middle and a little bit on the right side. But other than that, it's city all over and train tracks on the left side with a little bit of cover behind the train tracks, but you can still be shot underneath the train tracks. But I'm not really thinking about seeing any artillery shooting under any trains, but still. Right here we've seen a lot of players or teams using their scouts at the open areas. So are we going to see some scouts running around the middle just to scout the outer area of the middle, or are we going to see people going over the hill and trying to flank? And the possibilities are endless on this map because there's so many streets and you can't cover everything. You really can't.
Yeah, I'm really thinking that maybe we're going to see some switch rounds. The Su-26 might not be the right choice. They're going to go for tanks that are better suited for close combat, for direct firing TD style artillery. Which tanks, if we have a look at the tanks, which tanks are more suited to this map? We'll come back to Himmelsdorf in a minute, guys. Don't worry about that. But let's have a look at the artillery choices we can make to maybe suit the map more.
Yeah, let's look again. Well, I would actually prefer if I was on a team, that a few bisons was brought because of that long view range. Because if you just place a bison at a corner, you can look down the entire alley instead of just being able to see halfway. So bison is definitely, if you think about it. And other than that, I would really love to see some French premium tanks because of their armor and we're just gonna drive forward and take some hits and then fire close range. So I'm really excited for this one because actually only because I hope to see some French premium tanks.
Yeah, I honestly think that's the best tank. I honestly think that French premium, if it turns up, is gonna make a huge difference in Himmelsdorf. A huge difference. I really want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I really want to see it. Come on, guys. Someone pick it. You know you want to. 60 armor. What can go wrong? What can go wrong?
Yeah, we've definitely seen the survivability of a lot thicker armor on the. Even though it's only tier 2, the T-57, it's been surviving a lot of hits, direct hits even, and it's just crazy. It just boggles my mind to see a tier 2 survive a direct hit from artillery, even though it's been tier 3. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's really impressive. The 30 armor is really helping. So the 60 armor surely is going to be amazing. It's got the most HP and the thickest armor. I'm really surprised we haven't seen more of them so far, but I really expect to see it in the finals, especially Especially because it's Himmelsdorf. I mean, come on, what better map for an RC final?
Again, if we think about Himmelsdorf as a city map,
Yes, let's go back to Himmelsdorf.
then we go back to the first thing that I mentioned about the SU-26. If you reverse out from cover, you can have a very good um, spotting tank, because you don't show the entire tanks of it's the only tank with a turret to start, and except for the bad chat, only French tier 8, but it's not allowed. But the turret just allows it to peek out around corners if they reverse, but I haven't seen any of that at all. But of course, the maps have been very open, so there's been no need for the peekaboo strategy. So right now I'm looking forward to seeing some more careful spotting, instead of just throwing your entire tank artillery into the fray and just hoping to spot and then being able to reverse fast enough.
We have 9 minutes until the next battle, and we've just been told that it's not 1st Battalion, it's Remdir's Vindicators Battalion from the 1st Battalion. So they're 1st Battalion, but they're not 1st Battalion, if you get it. So no, it's their 1st Battalion, they're not 1st Battalion, 1st Battalion, but they're 1st Battalion RVB. Yeah. They're 1st Battalion, guys. As far as I'm concerned, that makes them a subdivision of 1st Battalion, but they're not the absolute front team or something. High Flyer, are you in the next battle? You are indeed. Fantastic. Let's see the teams forming. 8 minutes to go, and I'm excited.
Come on, move, timer, move. 15.
Well, considering the whole team isn't there yet, we're going to have to find something else to look at. So let's have a look at the final way the brackets look at the end of the day. We have got, switching over to it, USSR versus VWR, otherwise known as a 1st Battalion squad. I should have realized it now looking at the logo. The semi-finals, we had the USSR versus BIA in some amazingly close games. Chinese obviously put up a great fight because it went 2-1 there also. OM Whitebeard versus BVM, I've been told, is some of the best battles they've ever had. Also went 2-1. Chinese versus Monster Gamer was a 2-0-1 that you managed to win. BIA took it soundly from BDB, and USSR beat soundly OMV. So it's been an exciting bracket. We're going to hopefully hear the results from the playoffs from the losers bracket, Chinese and BIA. So that hopefully will be an amazing battle for them as well. But unfortunately for you guys, you won't be able to see it because we're going to be watching USSR versus BWR, the 1st Battalion.
Yeah, it's going to be a great battle. We've seen great tactics from both of these teams, actually, and it's really I'm really looking forward to this match, mostly because it's a totally different map. The Himmelsdorf map, it's every other map we played, they've been open fields, and here we have the middle. But why would you go to the middle if you're artillery and need to survive longer than just, oh, I'm a scout and dead? So I'm really looking forward to seeing the careful approach to this map. But again, I'm just really looking forward to it because the USSR team had really great tactics for both sides of the map. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
I've just been told that you are actually right about the max team, 2 teams per employee. 2 employees per team. You're actually right.
Yes.
So in other words, out of the 7 of your team, only max 2 can be employed by Wargaming. Not 2 extra, only 2 of the employees could be employed. So you were right, sort of.
Misreading like a boss.
Misreading like a boss. I've been told to call them the 1st Polish Armored Division. Okay, that I will. I can't pronounce your name either. Can you pronounce Polish?
Polish? P-O-L-I-S. Polish? Pronounce it?
No, pronounce Polish words, my friend.
No. But I can pronounce Polish, so...
Right. Anyway, yeah, his name is Czolgishafajne. Whatever.
Yeah.
You, Mister. I know what they're called. Thank you very much. First Polish
Yes.
Armored Division is very easy to say. First
Thank you
Polish
very
Armored
much.
Division.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's have a closer look at the map. Let's get some strategies down that we expect to see. I'm personally expecting a lot of TD action, but there are quite a few open areas on Hillstov. I just don't expect them to be used. I really don't.
No, I don't either. It's going to be, well, actually, a little bit like random battles because you don't just push through, except for me. You play it a little bit cautious because you have this much cover, and if you get spotted by the enemy, then you have cover right next to you. So reverse back to it, and you should be safe. But in this artillery battle, you have to expose your entire tank to get a good shot. So that's going to change the battlefield a lot because except for the Su-26, there's not any other tanks that could just peek out and fire and then retreat. Even though it's going to be a low accuracy shot, it's still a shot, so better than nothing. But again, do you have any tactics that might show up? Because I'm actually at a loss here for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to move us into the team. Apparently, we had control. Me too. And I actually don't know what to expect. I'm not going to give any predictions, and we're just going to play this by eye. We cannot even hope to guess what's going through their minds right now. So I'm not even going to try. But what we can tell you about is the other tournaments. We've been told that there are tournaments run every month. You guys can get involved with. So go and check them out at worldoftanks.eu. Click on tournament and they will be listed there. What's the next one, High Flyer?
The next one is the Mangled Metal tournament, and it's on the 22nd of September, so not far away. But you should still sign up already now just to get into the bracket.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing to lose and lots of gold to win. So you're going to get better at the time. So yeah, whew, I just can't wait. I can't wait. This is going to be amazing. 2 minutes 30 to go. 2 minutes 30 to go. And I'm really, really expecting lots of the French artillery. I really am. I'm expecting the big gold French, but I bet I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, no, we can hope on the enemy team, but so far, no luck at all. It doesn't. Maybe they didn't buy it, but again, yeah, buying a tank solely for a tournament. It might not be a good tank and the matchmaking might be bad, but I have no idea actually. But it would be really suited for this tournament.
Totally. I can't imagine why it's a bad tank. Everyone I know who has one loves it. It's an amazing little artillery. It's just very quirky on the basis that it's got lots of armor. I've seen one and really struggled to take it out in my scouts because, wow, just what armor? Anyway, we're going to have another set of Su-26, Grill, M37s, and the AMX 105 AMs. So it's again the most common artillery choices we see. And at the start, I was very curious to see whether the Su-26 was going to be chosen at all, because the turret was the big selling point. And clearly, it is the most, or one of the most popular tanks, second to probably the AMX, and third the Grill. Very interesting to see.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah, I also thought that they might not be picking that tank because of the. Yeah, I've played the tank, but I never really got into the groove of it. But it's a very, very popular choice, and it might be because of that turret. And you can quickly turn around because if you have a turret, the artillery, when you have to aim, you have to be perfectly still. You can press X to get set in a position, and it's locked. Then you have to aim, and it takes almost forever for some artillery tanks. But with this turreted artillery tank, you can swirl around the map and not lose very much accuracy and be really quick at firing at some enemies that has just been spotted. So a very good choice on an open field map. But again, we have Himmelsdorf, and I'm really curious to see how they're going to use it right here.
We have 15 seconds left, so let's switch back to into game. And I'll just tell you that we've got an 8 minutes delay on the stream, so there's no cheating, no peeking, and there's no one who can see these setups. So, guys and girls, get ready for the best out of 5 finals. We have the first Polish Armored Division versus USSR. This is going to be an exciting final. I can't wait to see what happens. Start screaming for your favorite team. Are we seeing the first Polish Armored Division or USSR? Who's going to win? Ooh, we see a different lineup for USSR. They're missing someone.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Them. Or maybe they... I don't remember seeing the grill. Oh, I see the grill. No, that's actually...
They've got it in a different order. They've got it more organized. All the SC-26 at the bottom.
It's a new team.
It's a new
Wait,
team.
it's not. I'm just gonna shoot you in, but...
Let me get it into the side. I don't want to give my tank to be a cover for the enemy team. I was actually pointing that out. They go, oh, on this map, actually your death could be important. So for the sake of fairness, guys, I'm going to get myself in to make sure.
Yeah. I'm just gonna drive down behind the church and just, try and die down there. Because again, okay, I have just been killed. Fair enough. They just created cover for the enemy. So that's
okay. This has been a hell of a start. I don't know. High Flyer, continue going. We've had massive bombardment going on here because they were shooting at the start. They've actually charged forward. Den has gone forward with the USSR team and have run forward and attacked and found and killed one of the one Polish Armored Division guys. That's absolutely crazy sort of start. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect this to have happened so early.
No, but and it's pretty crazy. But it is again. We just watched a USSR battle, and this is exactly what Den did in the other batch. But he died in that one. He's damaged, so he could have been killed, but he is only just damaged. And actually, he's not damaged at all. I've seen another tank then.
This is actually really unfortunate because of the player who knocked out. There we go, thank God. Okay, Den managed to take me out, but I was really worried there because of the fluff up from the conflict right at the start with Himmeldorf being so slow. That caused a massive conflict. Anyway, let's get off that. We have an exciting match for you here today. We have Den of USSR, which we followed in the last game, pushing forward and harassing the front line of PADX, the first Polish Armored Division. What do you think they're going to do to recover from this absolute crazy start? I can only assume they're really unorganized.
Yeah, right now they really look like they're in a total defensive position, but they're moving out right now actually because the M37 just moved away, and but they went into a total defensive position behind the houses down on the left bottom, and but right now he's still around then, and he's still harassing by spotting them. So I don't know if they're going to attempt to try. Oh, there's some action up top. Oh, that was a nice shot. Actually, the grill just took out the Su-26, and
but the scout was taken out in exchange for that. The Su-26 is still lit up. The Anaconda is there. Will any returning fire happen? I don't think so, because there's too many USSRs very close to the front line, so they're keeping their heads down. There was no one available to give that counter-strike.
Yeah, and wasting a shot would tell the opponent that they could have a free shot at you, so they should just charge out. So not going out to fire another shot was a very wise decision, actually. Especially with Den just harassing them still. He's going back and forth, and he's just waiting on them to peek around and take the bait.
Make a mistake.
Yeah,
there must be someone covering Den right now. He seems very confident for a man in an artillery unit. Here he goes. Yeah. The trap must be sprung. Oh, Den managed to take out Festolis and then takes out himself from Remdir. Is there actually anybody? Was it a bluff? It looks like it was a bluff. Kovatar's coming around and he managed. Oh, St. Leo gets him. Kovatar takes a shot right over his head, but he survives. He's running on the steam, on the speed of the French artillery. He's been tracked though. He can't move. Something's gone wrong there. He's uneyed. They lost sight of him, but he's still there. He's trying to run. The grill's going around the corner. Is he? Is he not? Is he? Yes, he is. No, he's not. He's redecided. Whoa, Kopitar's really lucky there.
Yeah, and it was a great decision by Francis, and because as we saw, you asked the question if it was a bluff, but merely seconds later, the artillery was raining down and killing the surviving player for one pad, or first Poland's division. And yeah, right now the Grill is just running away because he is swarmed, and something amazing really has to happen for him to turn this around. But it could happen. It could happen. It's artillery, and they can one shot each other. So okay, one shot, nearly a one shot, but they can one shot each other. And oh, okay, this was a very was a quick game because
It was a quick game.
that first rush was really effective, even if I got killed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, and I'll try and communicate with the team to hopefully that happens again.
Actually, I was killed by the enemy team, so
You work here with the team, so I think the first thing to do is to drive away.
Yep.
And
Just get close to a building. Or
drive away first. Anyway, that's enough of that. That was a bit of a letdown on the first game. It was a bit confusing. We apologise for that in advance. After the fact. We apologise for that. We'll make sure that doesn't happen again. But in other news, Game 2, 1-0 to USSR. Fantastic playing by them. They swarmed into the cap circle from 1st Polish Armored Division, and they were just taken by surprise. They were taken out of position, out of surprise, and ripped apart. I didn't think there was much they could do. They didn't have time to react.
No, it was too overwhelming. They had no chance of even us. We weren't even dead, and the enemy was just barging in and just firing and killing off a teammate very early. So it was a very confusing start, and let's see if they learn from it. Because all the other allies were on the 1st Polish division were moving, but this guy was still in base, and of course got taken out.
Yeah,
it was very confusing.
It was a bit of a messy start from everybody on the Polish division team. I think they were sat still thinking they had a few seconds. They're like, well, okay, guys, we should do this, and this. I think they were still talking. I really do think they were still talking about what they were doing when all of a sudden everyone started exploding. They lost 2 artillery units before the game even started. Basically, it was crazy, and a light tank.
Yeah, they actually got more kills than possible, so that was quite funny. Yeah, but again, let's see if they learn from it, because if they expect the I would expect the USSR team and the leader Den to maybe change it up a little bit. Even though this worked very well in their favor, changing it up a little bit could mean a much easier victory, because this team could be just expecting it and all sitting around one corner and just waiting for that scout to come. And if the scout don't come, they waste time. And if they waste time, they let the enemy get into position much easier without any pressure.
I totally agree. I do believe that they might not do the harassing tactic this time, because the 1st Polish Armored Division might decide to play very defensive and wait for it to happen. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how both teams adjust. But in the meantime, we should tell you about what is going on. We are in the finals of the Fun Cup. Artillery only, tier 4 and below. We won't go through the rules, because if you've just started tuning in, you're a bit late. However, just know it's artillery only, low tier. What we are going to tell you, though, is what's happening in the not-so-distant future. We have which tournament coming up, Highflyer?
The Mangled Metal, which is coming up at the 22nd of September. And you can already sign up, so go do that. You have nothing to lose, only gold to win.
lots of it. And I really can't wait to see that one myself, because people are they've got to hopefully be lots and lots of teams with so many different strategies, just like today, proving that a few quirky limitations can produce such different World of Tanks. And it's I think a really good plus about World of Tanks. Every tournament with these sort of rules, totally different. It has certainly been fun.
Yeah, it really has. It's taken me by surprise completely, because when you think about it, only going artillery, they're slow, most of them, and you can't just take a team of only fast artilleries, or you could, but we haven't seen that at all. Actually, we've only seen a maximum of 2 very fast tier 1 tanks, so that's not the preferred strategy here. But instead, we've seen very, very, very deep strategies of sitting in different positions around the map, being able to hit all over the map, and yeah, it's actually been amazing to watch this, and I've learned something.
I've learned a lot just watching this. I think everyone watching has learned a lot. Not only has it been fun, entertaining, exciting, every other word you want to list, but also very informative of how to use artillery. Although this situation is rare to come up, it's incredible to think like that. We are starting game 2 here for First Polish Division and USSR. Let's see who gets the second game of the best of 5. Let's get out of the way, Hypeflyer.
Yeah, let's drive into the thing up there to the right of you.
To the left of me.
Right?
I'm just going to pull in. I'm just going to pull in there.
Okay.
Out of the way. Let's make sure the same mess doesn't happen again. We apologize for talking about this, but we really don't want this mistake to happen again. Anyway, let's see how USSR managed to adapt to the change of tactic. Let's both get next to each other, man. Just get in.
Yep. I have to go around the light pole because I'm not strong enough to knock it over.
Indeed. Oh, wow, I can't wait to see what that happens. It's going to happen really quick again. Guys, don't keep your eye off the screen, because something's going to happen really quick.
And we already have the first loss.
Yes,
Scout
first loss
versus
out of 5.
Scout.
Oh, yes, both take out, but that's Den again. He's gone.
Then again lost.
No, he's gone. He went
Yeah,
forward
he's gone.
again, scouting, and he went down. That's his
Yeah.
usual strategy we pointed out in previous one. But, as you pointed out, it might work in his favor. Oh, wow!
We just
What's
lost
going
2.
on?
Raging Noob and Francis just got killed, sitting inside the base near the flag and trying to get past the base, and that proved to be fatal for both of them. And right now we're seeing Quota. He's moving up on the left side. I think they smell blood because they've already killed 3 tanks, and they know that there's no one on the left, so moving up there to take that position is a very good choice.
Absolutely. It seems to be done it again. First Polish Armored Division has decided to sit still in their base again, and they've been paid. They've paid for it again. This has been 2 games in a row that they've paid for a tremendous start from the USSR. Den has unfortunately fallen this time for them, but he is still commanding their team from the grave. And we're going to see if his loss, or his tank loss, is actually going to affect the outcome of this now.
Yeah. The first battle where we died quickly, I think the team paid for it because they were down 1 tank and they only scouted 1 tank and didn't really get anything out of it, except for knowing that there was 1 tank close to the monastery on the map Abbey. But back to this map, he went straight through the middle and scouted the first tank to go down, and that was Azel. Yeah, Azel went down first because of Den's scouting, and that actually prevented the First Polish Division to get any information about the enemy because their scout was taken out so quickly.
Yeah, it's been hard. I'm trying to really think of what the Polish division can do to recover from both these unfortunate starts. They've been put on the back foot both times immediately. USSR are doing quite the opposite of what they normally do, of sitting back and reformulating a plan. They've just gone for it both times to the jugular, and both times paid off quite significantly.
And here we have another baiting. I think the grill went into the cap zone and started capping behind a car. That's a very smart move because the car offer protection, and you should use that in every single game you get into. Use cover whenever you can.
Ooh,
It's a
Mephistopheles has just taken a hit. Good Russian is still alive. There's a guy from behind. 2 near shots on Kovatar, and he goes down. That was 3 shots and 3 hits, and took the 3rd shot to finish him off. But the AMX 150 driven by Mephistopheles has taken massive damage. Another glancing shot from Good Russian could take him out. He's got to go forward. He's got to go toe-to-toe with the grill. Poor choice in my opinion. He had to go forward, and he's paid the price. The grill was really good in a TD mode, and Good Russian was expecting him. I think he played into his strengths there, but he's trying to stop the cap, I believe.
Yeah, what he could have done is either tell it in the chat that he needed the help of the Su-26, because an enemy can't fire at 2 targets at once. So even if he sacrificed his tank, the Su-26 would have gotten a shot on him. So
now, guys, look out to what Good Russian just did there. He got us hit from the right-hand side from Jaina Solo. But he didn't turn towards Jaina Solo. He instead decided to keep aiming at the corner. He knew the other tank was, the Su-26, because he thought, if I aim for the other guy, he's got a shell in the breach. He's ready to fire. Whereas Jaina Solo just fired, so he has to reload. Really good decision-making there from Good Russian.
Yeah, really, really good. And you can see they are just baiting. The grill was just a bait, because someone looked out and he was immediately taken out. It wasn't a second hesitation. That shot came flying straight out of the bat, straight out of the gate. Bat. But yeah,
bat out of hell. We have I think that's one of the subs, actually. Oh, no, Strivik from the USSR team on the Su-26, right behind the M37. He's there trying to use as many destroyed tanks as possible as cover. The grill is again continuing to bait. However, we have the 1st Polish Division deciding to move Redmir off, and he does! He managed to get round to the side of Rasher and take him down. That's one Su-26, but in the meantime, Jaina Solo goes down to Good Russian. So we have now Su-26. Oh, and he managed to hit 2 shots, 2 kills. Kills Saint, but is also shot in the back by another 26. Anaconda's playing the defensive role, supporting all his teammates. As soon as someone comes in the rear, he's covering him superbly. The last shot he just missed there hit the building. So Redmir has a chance now to bring it back for his team a little bit. He has a chance that he's not out, and he's not going to give up. He's not going to give an inch for free. There's so much on the line here for his team.
Yeah, 3v1 isn't something that you should just go, oh, let's just rush him, because it is artillery, and one shot can kill you if hit correctly. And the closer you get, the closer you get to that cannon, and the accuracy improves each and every single time that you get close to that artillery. So I really like that they're playing the cautious game still. Oh, they take out each other. Amazing. That was funny.
Good ending for that battle. It was actually closer than it looked. There was only 2 vehicles left on the USSR's team with the outstanding last play from the Polish Division. It shows that the Polish Division has the quality there needed to win. But they are now 2 games down. If USSR win this next match, they could actually come away with the winning seats. So they've got to pull it out. They've got to start focusing. They've got it in them. They need to start focusing. USSR can win this game. Come on, we need the one-pad guys in the chat to give their team some support. They are really struggling here. They're on the back foot. They're clearly shaken from this rush tactics. They're not sure what they're doing, but they have the skill. They just showed it at the end of that last game. They're not going to go over without a fight, but they need to stop losing 3 artilleries at the start of the battle.
Yeah, that's the key here. You have to get ready. You have to get ready right at the start of the battle. When he goes, let's get rolling and let's start the battle. That's when the battle starts, not in 5 seconds later, because 5 seconds, then the half of the map is already crossed by then, and he proved that again and again. First match, he was all the way down the base. Second match, he was in the middle and scouting them as well. So you really have to be ready from the start. But let's see if they can pull that one out this time. So
Yeah, let's have a look at the map. We've got to see how far that is. That seems to be crazy quick that he's getting across there. He's going straight down the middle. There's no other route he can take. He's going straight down the middle. That means that the Polish division knows exactly where he's coming from. They know where to set up the defenses. They know exactly where to move from, get into cover. This is a tactic that's easily counterable if you just don't panic and you think it through. They have the skill. They're just a bit nervous, probably camera shy. Hello, guys. And you need to focus and just calm down. You guys have got it in you. We've seen it. Do it. You know where he's coming from.
yeah, and yeah, that has to be the key for this game. Just get out of the way, no matter what. Just get close to a building. Just get into cover, because it has been the two first kills within the first 30 seconds of the match. It's unforgivable for the entire team not to be in cover, because they're going into cover and you're having second thoughts about going where. You really have to think fast. Decide on where to go at the start of the match. It's just like in random battles. You can't just sit still and wait for your team to do something and then you decide. You really have to have a plan in your mind.
Yeah, right from the bat, they've got to go. They cannot redecide. They keep redeciding and moving across the open. They move across the open, and then they're taken out. 3 times, I think it was 3 different artillery units were taken out at the start of the battle from the 1st Polish Division by going one way, deciding nah, and going back the other one. And while in the cap circle, attacked and destroyed. Both times. That's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm just drawing up what the USSR team was doing before with the Grille baiting and the Anaconda. He was sitting all the way back. He was all the way back in G5, and he was aiming all the way down there and just waiting for the tanks to just peek out. And you really have to be able to tell if someone is baiting you. If he's just sitting there totally open and there's 3 tanks or just 2 in front of him, then he's obviously baiting, because why would he expose himself like that if it wasn't?
I totally agree. That was some seriously good baiting, but it should have been seen. It was quite transparent. There should have been no reason why they should have fallen for it. However, they might have decided that risk was worth the gain, because Den was so far forward. He was the scout spotting them all. They thought, well, if we lose one of us, we can kill him, and that will stop everyone else dying. But well, no, it wasn't Den. Sorry, it was the Grill, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Grill. Yeah. And it is a big tank, so it is a good target to just get rid of him, because he was harassing them, and sacrificing 1 tank to get rid of a person very close to you, lighting up your entire team, that's a risk, and with a reward. So just get rid of him and move on from there, instead of just letting him sit up there and tell his team what you're doing, and then they can just move around freely.
Well, we've got 15 seconds left to wait. I'm really hoping this goes to a best of 5 out of 5 matches. Come on, guys, you can do it. USSR, best of luck, guys. If you keep going the way you're going, you're going to get a 3-0 final. This could be an absolute turnaround, unexpected win. The USSR could go away with the cleanest final that I've ever seen. Yeah.
The strategies is just overwhelming your enemy, and it's worked every single time. So great strategies, just it works.
Oh, hold on a second here. We had an upset over there on the other side. Ghost and Pouchy, they're 2 subs. Surely I've not seen their names before.
Oh, okay. So they decided on trying something new, letting someone else try because they're in front. That shows a lot of I don't know what to call it, but faith.
Maybe someone had to go. This has been a long tournament. These guys might have other things they have to do. But let's hope there was a strategic reason for it. Maybe they're playing a different strategy. We're only going to see. We'll see what they're going to do now. Looks like the One Packs guys are actually pushing out themselves. One Packs guys are pushing out really far themselves. Let's see if they are going to play a different strategy than they did last time. Genisola's going out, but no, 3 of them are still sitting still. They're going to do the same strategy again. They've got 1 guy going forward, looking for the scout, and they're going to open fire at the same time. I'm not sure if it's going to work again. Let's hope it does, for their sake, but they're running the same strategy. Let's see if Den is actually going to do the same one himself.
Yeah, that's very peculiar. Sitting I know they're sitting. If you look at the tanks, they're sitting with their sides turned, so when they fire, they can move. But it's very risky to just run the same. I don't know if I can call it a tactic, but they've lost with this tactic for the last 2 rounds, so it's very very risky.
I think we're right, though. With the 2 subs, Den has gone for a different strategy. The USSR guys are not suicide rushing like they did last time. Here we go. The first Polish division have moved. They've obviously, that was their counter to the opening charge that the USSR guys were doing. They've now dispersed. This is going to be the first proper game out of the first 5 that I would say is going to turn into a actual strategic match rather than the rush tactic that won and blew away the first Polish division, the first and second game.
Yeah, but now the scout artillery is I would call them trapped out there because you don't really have anyone looking there except for the Su-26 just turned his turret and is looking at the action over on the right and actually getting him. Okay.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice shot indeed. Actually, I was telling him that he should be looking at the middle, but he made a very good decision and decided to aim at the enemy coming forward. And we have another one rushing in.
Yep, here we go. Kovatar's gone past and he's managed to actually bypass another one. It looks like USSR has gone for this tactic of all down the hill. He just missed. Good Russian just missed the wall. That's going to be critical. He missed that shot. He's going to kick a shot to the face. He's definitely going to lose that one. I cannot believe he must be kicking himself. What a miss. Kovatar's still in the middle, though. He managed to get through. He doesn't have any backup anymore. I bet they were not planning to lose Good Russian on that charge. This is going to throw the USSR guys into absolute disarray, and there are more things going down. Pouchy just went down. He's actually 26. Azrael from the M36 managed to take him down. That must have been Kovatar's spotting that caused that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and we're losing another one. What's happening here? Because we don't see anyone spotting them. And they even have someone in F1 to spot any spotters. But someone just got taken out and it was Raging Noob. And
Raging Noob, the one who made the amazing shot across the map there to take out Den.
Yeah. As well. Oh, okay.
Very nice.
So Francis getting the quota out of the way, and but if he had just waited a little bit, the Su-26 was coming from behind and flanking. But his shot was very precise, and he did get him. So
all 3 counter shots just missed. Francus. You want to pronounce that? I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I'm just
saying Francis.
Francis.
Francus. I don't know. Francus.
Yeah, I should stop trying. Clearly that's not going in my favor. Anyway, here we go, guys. We have got a 4 versus 5 situation. The USSR guys have lost their main damage dealers. Both their tier 4s are down and Den is down. They've got 4 guys less, including their 2 subs, both of which have got kills. So they're clearly just as good as the guys they replaced.
Yeah, you can't really say anything bad about that. I think they just had some good players also waiting, and maybe they weren't ready at the time, but right now they're really proving their worth, so that's a good thing. They're not just throwing it away or pushing it to best of 5 as letting the other team get any kills or wins. So
yeah, I'm not sure I agree with the USSR tactics. It was definitely completely different to the last one. I'm sure they've practiced it before, but it's just not as effective. It looks like the Polish division have found their feet at last and are showing us why they're in the finals.
Yeah, and Jaina Solo here is going for the scouting job with 2 tanks down in J1. But if he goes around the corner, then he has no support at all. And
I think he's going to poke and have a look. Is there anyone there? Is there anyone there? Not yet. Right. What can the SSR guys be doing right now? Do you think they've taken the hill? The rest of the tanks came from the hill. They might have been all at the hill.
They could be, and Ethel is actually guessing that tactic. But then again, USSR could be for the first time going. I would suggest full defense actually, because they have the Su-26s with the turret, and as I mentioned again and again in this stream, peeking around the corner isn't very dangerous for them. So they could be going in some. Either they have the entire middle, or they're playing a little bit defensive.
Yeah, that's the thing here. We're looking at a strategy that didn't work out as planned. They've lost both their scouts. They've lost also all three of their scouts, really, and they were beaten back for the first time. I think they're not sure what to do now, or if they are sure, they're playing it very defensively.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that's true. Because they're moving up the entire left side of the map, and nothing is spotted, nothing at all, and nothing in the base. And you would think that if they were pushing, some sort of pushing, they would have arrived at their destination right now. If it's the cap zone or just the right side of the map, but we haven't seen them. We haven't seen them at all, actually, in this entire match.
Yeah, but what we are seeing are Jaina Solo and Mephistius pushing up into the cap circle very slowly. One's moving, then the other one's moving. This is a really good leapfrogging tactic to make sure that one of them has always got aim to cover the other.
Yeah, and as we can see, oh, they're moving now. When something isn't spotted, then the Su-26s are moving a few meters ahead. So again, leapfrogging all the way through the entire team. So, and that's a very, very good strategy.
Yeah, what I can imagine what's going through their minds right now. The pressure is on. If they make a single mistake, that's it. All over 3-0. These guys must be under huge, immense pressure, not only from their captain, whoever he may be, but from themselves, not wanting to lose. I'm hoping they're professional enough to push that out their mind, but it must be there somewhere, deep inside, going, if I mess up, we've lost.
Yeah, of course, they've just gone through a tournament and won every single round, and now they're on their heels, and they really have to play carefully to get through this one.
They've got to be able to bounce back, and this is the mark of a true champion team, being able to bounce back from a disadvantaged point of view position. However, we're seeing that exact same situation for the USSR right now. They're in a disadvantaged position right now. They're lost their main strike force is gone. They're now running on 3 Su-26, playing incredibly defensive. And here's the first one. We have tactics coming out now. Jaina Solo has found Trivik, and Ghost was covering.
Yep, he was, and that's a very good spot he found there behind the windows. He was able to spot the entire street, but he now moved out himself, and that wasn't very good.
Why is he maneuvering there? He should, as you suggested earlier, that he should reverse out using his turret and shoot as soon as he gets around the corner. Instead, he poked out the front of his tank and got hit. He's still alive, but he lost a lot of his hit points. He can't take another glancing. No, he's down.
Yeah, he was left to the scouting job, just staying alive as long as possible and just spotting as many people as you can.
That means that all of USSR are most likely at B0A0, holding the top of the hill. We're going to find out now as Francis is going up and he sees Rasha.
Yes, you are right.
And there he goes down.
Very nice shot.
2 subs. We only have the 2 subs left. And Francis is very lucky only having 3 HP left. Ghost has come around the corner.
Yeah.
He's got the shot and he's taking him out. This is 1 for 1. USSR can't afford to take 1 for 1. They must get a kill without a loss, else they are going down.
Yeah, and we saw the turret advantage again. The Su-26 just drove out, and then instead of having to turn the entire tank, could just start aiming right away.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, they're very defensive, but they're showing themselves down here. One of them could be hiding behind the building, but instead he's very, very open, and they could actually be hit. If they're spotted, they could be hit, but they're covering both positions. Yeah, they're covering both positions right now. South and north, but
look at this. Nerves of steel on Mephistius. He knows the enemy's behind him. He's deliberately focusing the other way, and it's Cap. It's the victory for the Polish division. It's 2-1 from Cap. I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that.
I was actually wondering if they had sent 2 of their Su-26s down to surprise cap them with 2 ticks per second just out of the blue, because that would have been the end for one pack.
Well, Polish division, you guys have proven that you're still here and you've woken up. Now, USSR, you've got to be on your toes. You've got to be really ready. This is so good. We don't know who's going to win this, absolutely no idea. It's anyone's game. Everything's to play for. USSR just need one more game to win, and the Polish division needs to win 2 in a row. So they're coming back from a 2-0 defeat from the first 2 rounds from blitzkrieg tactics from USSR. They drove straight into the enemy base, blew up 3 artillery units on both rounds before the Polish division knew exactly what was going on. But the third game, the Polish division decided, okay, we're going to do the same thing as always, but a bit more organized. And the USSR guys took 2 subs and totally changed their tactic. How did it work out for them?
Well, it was quite funny because the 2 subs actually did very, very well. But I don't know if they were giving another job, which was missing. I don't know, support or a frontal push or anything. But it totally changed the way that the USSR were playing.
Honestly, the turning point of the game was that critical miss on the corner. Grill against, I think it was, it was Grill against Grill, and he hit the wall.
Yeah, correct.
And then the other Grill drove around the corner, bang, GG.
Yeah.
It was that was it there. Of course, there was many more times to claw it back, but that was a hell of a loss.
Yeah, he only did 4 splash damage, and that was really not intended. But if he had driven any closer, he would have been hit by his own splash. So it really was a gamble, and looking back, he could have aimed a little bit more. But again, it's
hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, of course, always.
It was a risk, and that's the thing with artillery. It's so risky taking the shots on the move. Sometimes they fly true, and as USSR just found out and fell to, was the poor luck that their Grill player faced in shooting round the corner. And it unfortunately put their assaulting force, the AMX 105 AM, was left alone. He was now cut off from his teammates. Although he managed to still do a lot of damage with the scouting ability, he had nowhere to retreat to, no cover from his teammate that should have been there with him. And that really, I don't think was planned for. I really don't think that they expected to lose that guy.
No, I don't think that it'll... that was weird. A really good ending, actually, because capping was an option, but they could have gone for the kills. But they decided not to.
Let's have a look at the brackets and see their journey and how they managed to get there.
Yep.
Because I think it's really nice to see that these guys have put in all this effort to get here, and they're not... I'm just refreshing that. Hold on a second. There we are. And what journey they've taken. Both teams have fought amazing opponents. The USSR team have taken out OMV and BIA. The battalion have taken out Chinese and the reigning champions of most of these sort of tournaments, OM Whitebeard. They didn't expect that loss. That was a massive upset. So the One Pad guys have come through a massive set of challenges to get here, and so have USSR. Both deserve, no matter what happens here, both teams deserve to be here, and fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and I bet even the One Pad team has some very nice strategies for the other map. As we saw USSR, they were absolutely very well thought through, and yeah, it was just very well executed, and the patience and the discipline and everything was just right in the games that they won. And the games they lost, they didn't play bad. They just got a better strategy, just won that match, and you adapt, and they did. So that's why they're in the finals. Fighting
Indeed.
for 6,000 gold per player.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's a hell of a thing. So we'll just go through one last thing before we start. We're on an 8-minute delay, guys. We're not Wargaming employees, so don't bother us for certain things, or if anything went wrong, feedback needs to go back to Wargaming, not us. We are your hosts today. My name is Orjan.
And I'm HighFlyer15.
And it's been the Fun Cup. We're in the finals. We have one more game for USSR, and they win, and 2 more wins needed out of this best of 5 for the Polish division for them to take away the 6,000 gold per player top prize. USSR are in a great position so far with 2 shocking or tactics winning the first 2 rounds, but their third round was played totally different, which didn't work out for them so well, and they might be reeling now. They might not know how to deal with this. We're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, and they still have the 2 subs, so maybe they adjust and give them other jobs, or just try and say, well, you did very well, and let's just try again. We have 2 tries, so. But again, that might be the wrong way of thinking about this match, because why not just win it and win the gold instead of oh, you gotta get out here, over here.
Oh yes.
You're not playing.
No, I was getting to the side over here, out of the way. I wasn't driving forward, my friend. Here we are. I don't want to get in the way of anyone. I don't want to be blamed for the loss. Oh, don't say that guy shot you.
He's close to.
How'd you lose that much health then?
He shot me. Very close to killing me.
Oh no, you knocked my engine out.
Oh crap.
Oh well. There we go. Anyway, back to the thing. We have, again, Den coming through for the tactic. He's doing the same as last time, but the Polish division have gone for something completely crazy. They have driven forward with all their tanks. They're rushing the USSR front lines so that the support will crumble away from Den. Den will think that he's got support, but he won't, because his teammates are going to be highly pressured. Oh, they're 1-for-1 going down now. They've lost the grill, but in exchange for an M37. The AMX from team... Polish have taken a hit, but he's still going. We've lost yet another M37 from the Polish team. Only 1 down for the USSR team, and that was good Russian. So that was great reacting from the Russian team, and I hope that they can recover from this.
Yeah, other than that, we're going to get a 2-2 and go to the final match of the entire thing, and that's really going to be exciting. But let's see how this rush tactic is going to work, because they lost 2 tanks going down here.
Is it worth the same though? We have an SU-26 battle. Oh, ammo rack gone for the SU-26 there. It was Shrevik from Raging Noob. So now it's even terms. 2 tanks gone from either side. 1 grill, and the rest has been M37s from the Polish side. And we just saw the 26 go down there.
And
so
look out, look. Oh, okay. He was trying to flank. The Redmir was trying to flank Den, but Den obviously got a wind of it and decided to just get there.
He's bolted
just
back.
Get out of there.
He's getting out of there. He's heading straight towards Raging Noob. He is pointing his direction. He knows he's coming. Will he hit? No! Oh, Den knew it was coming. He
Great
pulled
stop.
back. He has a 6th sense, I think, there. He knew he was spotted. He knew. There he goes. He takes down. What a play. What a play. That was absolute massive play. Redmir's trying to revenge. He's coming back. So is Mephistium. Den is still fully lit up with no damage taken to him. 1 good hit will take him out, but he's managed to hide. Where's he going? Oh, Kovita's with him. Francis is on the hill. Wait, what's he doing? He's waiting on that corner. He's making sure that no one is coming from the west.
Yeah, no one's flanking the AMX. Mephistopheles? Yeah, and he's just holding his corner, so none of them are getting flanked, and it looks like they're hoping that the rest of the team is going to do something.
Yes, indeed. I think it's now coming a bit of a stalemate. Both teams have lost a lot of numbers, and they're not so confident anymore. Both teams.
Yeah,
although the Russians still have only 1 tier 4 and the rest tier 3, we have 2 tier 4s still on the Polish team.
Correct. That was just what I was about to mention. And yeah, losing good Russian of all the players is a very big blow. But again, it was something that they totally didn't expect. A rush from artillery, and even though we thought that that might be happening, but again, not with slow artillery like this. We expected some fast tanks, but the AMX got down there and is holding his position. And it looked like he's trying to peek just a little bit, but he's holding back.
I think you need to have a look round to the northeast, sorry, northwest, where Goslis has just had a shot fly right past him. I don't know if he noticed or not.
I don't think he did. But let's see, he's coming out to spot out there. That's not a very good idea, in my opinion, because he has no support. His grill teammate and his AMX teammate are both looking somewhere else. Oh wait, the AMX is actually looking up there, but he's now retreating again, so...
It's a risky maneuver. There's definitely a high risk involved with this move from the 1st Polish Division. We'll see what they're going to do, be able to pull out of it.
Yeah, they're pinging the map now. 2 of the players, actually. So they might be discussing the tactics right now. Or if not discussing... Oh! Dennis on the move.
Oh, missed! Redmir went forward, knew what had to do to get out of the way, dived far out of the way and didn't manage to get return shot off, or at least I didn't see it. But there's covering fire for Den coming down.
Yeah, neither is. And Redmere is going to cover a little bit. He has no idea, and he made the right decision because another shot just got. Yeah.
They read it. They read that move. They were like, hold on, if
move.
they're going to move forward, he'll move there. Bang. If Redmere had moved forward, he'd have been dead. Any less of a player would have gone forward there and died.
Yeah, if your enemy is smart, you have to outsmart him. So Redmere did the correct thing right there. And right now we're having Gordsky, and he's in the lane where Den was last spotted, but it doesn't look like Den is being spotted anywhere. Maybe he just ran off again.
He's been a crazy man in this match. He's absolutely running around, being super effective. I got to give it to him. Oh! He must have forgotten. We're just praising him for the exact move he just did to get killed. He moved forward into the position. He just saw an artillery unit hit beforehand, and Rasha did it again. And this time he did move forward and get hit. So it was unfortunate. He must have had a lapse of concentration, forgot that the artillery had just happened there. How unfortunate for him. However, the capping maneuver is working.
Yeah.
We're at 25% cap here.
Yeah, they're just taking it slowly, and I think the AMX is getting into. No, he's not. I would actually suggest that getting into a defensive position as soon as something spots the grill, he would have a shot. But it looks like he's covering his teammate down in his own base instead of going into the cap circle and helping with the cap.
Yeah. It's an interesting choice to have made, because if he went back to the cap circle right now, he'll be at 75 cap. Hitting 80.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was doing the right thing though, and he had to move at the last second. He's going to pay for this. No, he didn't.
Made
what
it.
A snapshot. How lucky can you be? He made the choice to turn his tank away from the corner at the same time, and as he came back, oh well, he came around the corner and got a lucky shot. However, Francis in the base has been hit, but managed to take out the SU-26 has come in. The other SU-26 has taken a hit, but he managed to take out Francis. There is covering fire though, because Pouchy just took a hit and taken another hit, and Mephistus just took him out. Wow, we're down to 2 tanks apiece. This could be anybody's game still. The cap has been stopped. The artillery is on the hill for. USSR has come around the corner. He missed.
Oh, he hit the car.
He hit the destructible terrain, and Mephistus took him down. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Commentators, why?
Wow.
We're getting a question.
Why what?
I don't know.
That wasn't a question. That was
It's just why.
Okay. Anyway, we got a question asked, but there was no actual question there. But this is so close. I couldn't believe that this came down to the absolute wire. That rush defense. They all ran to the cap circle. Francis put up an amazing defense. Survived 2 shots. Went down to 5 health. Had to take another reload to take him out. And that extra reload caused Mephistos to be able to get back and take him out. So that turned out in the favor of the 1st Polish Armored Division.
Yeah, it did. And they just pulled off that type of a capping maneuver, and I would have thought that they would just put 1 tank inside the cap and then have some support, but
he's been spotted. This is the worst thing that could have happened for him. He had the element of surprise, but now he's been spotted. They know where he is. He's got to try and get a shot off. The best thing he could probably do now is engage them one by one. Try and separate them. Make them try and go around both directions and engage one of them.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do that, then he's surely going to die. But he could still win this. 1 shot against either tank, and he could still win.
He could. Yeah, but he has to engage soon because he's getting flanked by both sides, so... Oh, he has to decide where to shoot.
Oh, shot the wall and taken a hit, but he didn't die. That means Mephistus managed to get around the back of him, and that is it. GG, 2-2. USSR won the first 2 matches, but lost the next 2. That means the momentum is in the favor of the 1st Polish Armored Division, and USSR needs to think hard about their new tactics. Are they working? What's gone wrong? Why have we all of a sudden started losing? What is happening?
Yeah, but the OneBread team just went with the perfect strategy for this match. Just confused the bejesus out of of the USSR team by pulling off a maneuver straight out of the gate and just rush, and they got killed. One of their grills and one of their tier 3 tanks. So that was a very very nice strategy to just pull off at such a crucial moment. You have to win the game and win the next one. So really taking the chance of just going crazy with one tactic really paid off.
It really did. It really did. This is down to it. Final match, man. Final match. It's 2 apiece. The people who win this, the team that wins this next match, are the champions. Are the Fun Cup champions. 6,000 gold. This has been a hell of a journey for these players here today. Let's have a look at what you guys could be into soon. Mangle Metal, I believe.
Yeah, Mangle Metal at the 22nd of September, and you can sign up already now, so go do it. There's no reason not to. And yeah, there's also the Easy 8 tournament, but that's a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely things to look out for, guys. If you want to get involved, feel free to go to worldoftanks.eu, click on tournaments, and see what you have to do to join the tournaments. You've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. Everything to game. There's nothing wrong with that. But wow, I just got to say, this has been exciting, absolutely thrilling to every single game. Has either been confusing, amazing, to the wire. Something has happened that has totally been unexpected. Lots of random chances, amazing shots, and super high skill and decision making from all players involved.
Yeah, this has been a really, really, really exciting tournament to cast, actually, as the first tournament, actually, because the other tournaments has been where we had knowledge of what people would do, but this has just totally, completely overwhelmed me with excitement, and you too. I've been hearing your voice, and so it's amazing, and we need more of these tournaments, more.
And more people involved. The more of you guys that are involved there, the more exciting it is, the more prizes that will be there. Just join up, guys. You've got nothing to lose. Follow the rules, have some fun with some friends. If you want to go for gold, focus, train hard, play hard, and win. If you're playing it for fun, there's no harm in losing. There's fun in losing too. See how far you can get, and you might get casted too.
Yeah. And the next battle is just 2 minutes away. Next battle, the final battle, is 2 minutes away, and I'm just going to run off and fill my water bottle because I'm going to need water for this one.
Oh, definitely. And I would like to take this time to talk to the audience. I hope you guys have enjoyed the casting today. If you have any criticism, any comments, or just praise, feel free to say in the chat. We'll be sticking around afterwards to see what you guys have to say, or send an email to us at rivetingtv@gmail.com. It'll be on the final screen, so if you don't understand the spelling, it will be written there on the splash screen. So don't worry about it. So I've been your host, Dorjan, and Highfly's just gone off to get his water bottle, and I hope you had a great time, because we have. It's been so much fun. It's been absolutely exciting, tense. Every emotion has gone through my body at least once. And I just can't wait for this final battle to start. We have the same team as before, the SU-26, the Grill, the AMX, the M37, and we just got to see what they're going to put up.
Yep, it's going to be exciting, because this one, as just mentioned, is the last final game of the tournament. It's the match to win. It's you really have to think about the strategy right now. Do you want to risk rushing again, or do you play defensive? Do you take the offensive by setting up properly, or really comes down to the wire right now. And oh dear.
Yeah, we because I had to move out of the way, and you were killed.
Oh yeah.
And they're claiming that we were scouting, and obviously that one I did manage to scout. So it was unfortunate for USSR.
Which one?
Don't worry about it. It was in the third battle. Anyway, we are in the finals, the absolute grand finals. Let's hear some noise from your favorite team. Are we going to see the first Polish Armored Division win? Are we going to see USSR bring it back from after having 2 losses in a row? What will happen today? Himmelsdorf has been an absolutely different kettle of fish to all the other maps so far.
Yeah, and exciting, even though so many closed alleys, and yeah, it's just I was thinking it was going to be a little bit less fun, but it has really been hectic and surprisingly exciting, and yeah, just amazing actually.
Right, are you able to shoot me from the issue?
Yes, I will kill you.
Incoming fire already. It looks like the USSR have decided to go back to their original tactic of just shooting like mad.
Well, it worked for them, one of the matches, so why not? A few shells wasted, and you might hit something. Here we go, first engagement already.
First engagement already up. We have lost.
Oh, Raging Noob. Good Russian already died to Raging Noob, so that's
a
one
heavy
tier
loss.
4. Yeah, that's a 1 tier 4, and they only have one left.
Oh no, disaster for the USSR team. It looks like St. Leo hasn't connected. He's great for me.
Yeah, oh, that looks bad. Oh.
This isn't bad for the HR. It's not looking good, but they can still pull it out. Good organization skills and superior positioning can still work out in their favor.
Yeah. Acel is. Oh, he could have been hit by the Su-26, but the Su-26 decided not to fire and instead is thinking about his own safety and going into cover. And it looks like he got into cover because an artillery shell just landed behind him.
Yes, he's definitely been spotted. He's definitely under fire now. But we're going to make sure that anything happens now. Anything can happen. One shot can kill you. Remember, everybody, artillery are very weak. One good shot and they can blow up. So this can still be anyone's game, even with St. Leo not connected. USSR is still in it, but I expect them to play a very defensive strategy when they're down one man already. No,
and
I'm wrong. Den is straight into that.
Just as you say that, Den pulls out another shocker and just goes through the cap zone. Like
he's
nothing.
now utterly surrounded, though. He doesn't know what we can see, and he is utterly surrounded. Will he try and get out of there? Shrevik to manage to take out Ezreal, the scout for the first Polish division, while they were distracted by Den. So that was a knock for knock.
And
one
Redmere
for one.
takes him out. So no more scouting for Den, sadly.
But no more scouting either for Azel from the Polish team. And Redmere needs to get into cover because he's under attack.
Yeah.
And he knows it.
Luckily, yeah. But they still have 2 tier 4s left, and where the USSR team is left with only 1. But it is one of the faster tanks, so they could pull something out of this bag, even though they lost 2 great players. The one tier 4 and 2 the tier 3, which was their leader. So let's see what they do now. Maybe they get stronger because Den gets to have a...
St. Leo has connected. That's very good news for USSR, yeah.
Yeah, very good news. And that makes the teams even now. So it's an even game.
It is an absolute even game. It's still in it and to win it. And I hope the USSR guys are really prepared and can recover from the disconnection, because that's a massive position loss. And Den's already dead. That was one gun down there for all of that positions. So we hopefully will see them recover and get into positions to be able to put up a good fight against the First Polish Division. Unfortunately, technical issues can happen, and at the worst time possible for anybody.
Yeah, and we see the Frankus is moving up the hill with his grill, and he has arrived up there at the... It's a castle. Okay, calling it a church would be wrong. A castle, and
it's a castle.
It's a very nice castle. And he is just, I think he's just keeping it safe, just sitting there, spotting them, making sure that nobody's trying to flank his teammates, and that's a very good decision because it does take a little bit of time before you, if you get up the hill. Okay, he's now moving around, but if he was just aiming at the hill, he could have gotten a very nice shot at someone just peeking up, because they would have been surprised and it would have taken a split second to press S, and in that split second that shell could have been flying through the air and just hitting him straight in the face.
Totally agree. You're gonna have to talk for a second more. I need to answer some questions here.
Okay. We're just seeing very defensive play right now by both teams actually, because they are even right now. So it's anybody's game, and nobody's. Oh, we're seeing some scouting done here down by the left corner because an SU-26 has just appeared and is hiding behind a building. So, but it looked like he thinks he's in trouble because he's moving back and forth. But he disappeared now. And
I'm back. What's happened?
we've scouted a SU-26 down at the H1 or J1 behind the building, and everything is just aiming his way and firing as well. So they're just hoping to get him with splash damage, but I don't think the splash damage area is big enough to get behind that building.
No. Well, we'll see what happened now. It seems like the game has stalled a bit with the disconnection from Saint Leo. I think the USSR has been put on the back foot, so they weren't able to be aggressive. And the 1st Polish Armored Division are being very careful because this is the final game. Any more mistakes, and there's no returning back. This is the final game of the finals of this Fun Cup. The winner of this match will be walking away with the 6,000 gold for each player, and the loser 4,000.
Yeah, and they're playing actually very, very clever right now. The first Polish division, because they're firing one shot, moving a little bit closer, and then firing another shot. Because when you move closer, you can hit a little bit more around the corner. And if you get hit, if you just hit the opponent with splash enough, he will die. So they're doing a very good job, and one guy, the Raging Noob, is just sitting there and just scouting, making sure that he's not moving away. And
Here we are. Kovatar's just turned up. This is the playmaker. We've seen him over and over again for USSR, making all the plays. We know now he's here.
Now he's not, but he's there. And
you know he's there, but he's in a position where he's utterly surrounded. So one pad playing their game right here now could take out the last forward player for USSR. And we saw what happened in the last game. Once they lose them 3 critical forward players, they are blind.
Yeah, and they really have to, even though it's just one tank, they really have to respect it because it is the French tank, and the French tank is very fast, so it could reposition very fast. And it looks like the low HP SU-26 is just looking through the small alley here, making sure that he's not running away through the field and just not crossing any streets that they don't want him to cross. So that's a very good job. And other than that, the guerrilla is actually moving downhill now, even though they know that there's 2 players down at their base, and the guerrilla is just moving around as far to the right as possible, because again, these low tier artilleries, they don't have much view range. So if you just keep your distance and the enemy doesn't move all the way to one side, you can easily just move past them, as we've seen plenty of times in these games today.
Yeah, definitely. The decision making here is really critical to analyze each movement. Francis has just gone right the way around the back of the map, which we now know that there's no USSR guys up on the hill or guarding the 0 column. We did manage to see Shrevik down there in C8 though.
Yeah, and someone fired at him actually pretty fast, so there's...
Ooh, St. Leo's noticed that Francis is trying to do. Will he, even though he knows where he is he going to pull it off? He is!
Oh, he's in the hole. Oh, this could be interesting, because the enemy artillery has to get close enough to just manually aim without using the sniper or the satellite view. And that's actually pretty dangerous, because the shot could go anywhere if you haven't zoomed in well enough. And he's just waiting there, and that's a really good position that he got in, actually.
Kovatar managed to take a hit, but he managed to reply by killing Redmir. He survived with almost no HP left.
4 HP, that's a very lucky low damage roll that he got right there. But now they know that there's only 3 tanks left on the 1st Polish Division team. So because one of them is hiding inside the hole, capping. And let's see what they're doing. They're playing very cautiously. And he's going around the corner down there. He takes a shot but misses by hitting the building, and you might as well take the shot when the enemy is running, because the enemy isn't aiming your way, so take your time, shoot. Oh, and there's action in the enemy base. Let's see if... Oh, he gets extra cover. The Su-26 goes in for the kill, but he gets taken out, and now he has extra cover. And let's see if they're letting him get reload time. This
is critical. There's only 10 more cap points left. Where is USSR? You've got to come back, guys. You've got to get back. Yeah. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. USSR unfortunately didn't get back in time.
They came back.
Oh wait, the kills are extending the playtime. There's an extra 8 seconds. And there it goes. It's gone.
What an amazing turnaround. They turned around from losing 2 games straight to winning 3 games in a row. It's amazing. Just amazing composure, and that last tactic by the Grill, Frankus, yeah. That was amazing. Going into
absolutely ballsy. I've never
really
seen
ballsy. Yeah. That was a very, very...
It was a phenomenal play. He dodged 3 shots to get into that position and casually reversed up, backed into the hole while under fire, and just sat there and said, "You know what? Come at me, bros."
Yeah, that was. I've seen that tactic used only in my fun contest results, and even back then they actually used 2 tanks to win. One killing himself in front of the other, while the one inside the hole was capping the base, and there was no way of killing him. So that was amazing. That was really, really great.
It was really good. It paid off dividends. It was a move that was very high risk, but it paid off and they won. Good game. So we have our champions, everybody. The 1st Polish Armour Division is your champions today, and 2nd place, still worthy of note, USSR, who did absolutely amazing up until the last 3 games where things just didn't go their way. Things happened, either a disconnect or other things, and unfortunately for them, they fell on the loser's side of the fence at the end, right at the last hurdle.
Yeah, that was... I wouldn't call it a stumble, but because they did play very well, and... yeah, it's just an amazing comeback by the 1st Polish division. Yeah, right. We have the bracket up, or not the bracket, just the winners champions splash screen right now, and again a comeback from 2-0 to 3-2. It's amazing. That's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. We have USSR, we followed them in their previous battle. Absolutely fantastic, phenomenal team. Well deserved of being 2-0 up in the finals. But the battalion, Windisklasle, the Polish team, managed to pull it back from 2-0 down to 3-2 victory. Absolutely phenomenal comeback.
Yeah, it was just amazing. Yeah, just going through the entire tournament, seeing one of the rounds from the USSR team's point of view, we definitely knew they were capable of winning this entire thing with their strategies, and we also saw that in the beginning of the matches, because they were dominant and just killing them from the start. And but the 1st Polish division really took note and just played it totally different in all of the rest of the matches and just pulled it out of the bag.
Yep. Nothing to add there. Yep. Absolutely fantastic play. I hope everyone has enjoyed watching the USSR's journey through to the finals, watching the struggle from the early days for Chinese, who went against your champions today. And obviously got knocked out in the semi-finals that you didn't unfortunately get to watch, but you saw what they were up against. Well-deserved joint third place they got. Absolutely fantastic set of games. I don't know what else we can say on that matter. But the final tournament page is coming up with the final brackets. While we're waiting for that, we can advertise what's going to happen soon.
Yeah, and we're soon going to have the Mangled Metal tournament, which is going to be on the 22nd of September. And you can already sign up now, so go do it because there's plenty of gold prizes for even coming fourth. You can win very large amounts of gold this time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There's no reason why you can't go and play. Even if you just want to go for fun and try your luck, you might as well give it a go, guys. Ah, okay. I've seen the way it works now. So, second place is the losers of the finals. Third place goes to both teams in the semis, and in the fourth round bracket, everyone gets the fourth place prize. So it's even more people winning than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's me too. I was actually a little bit surprised about the about the way that that worked because who's fourth in without playing even more matches? But yeah, that makes sense. And we have the final bracket here, and we see USSR beating OMV, and then after that winning BIA, and then coming in at the second spot here in the finals. And
Yeah,
we
the journey from for the first battalion, first Polish division, were against OM Whitebeard, the people who have been dominating these tournaments for a long time, eventually been knocked out. In the second round, they took out, sorry, in the semi-finals, they took out Chinese, who played phenomenally well against Monster Gamer in their quarterfinal round, just to win after going 2-0 down, 3-2 in the finals to become your champions today of the Fun Cup Death from Above.
yeah, that was great all-round tournament. I really enjoyed casting this, even though I was a little bit skeptic and scared, even from casting such a different tournament. It was a ton of fun, and I'll happily do it again.
Certainly. If we want to throw up our final thanks for watching screen, guys,
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any criticism or just comments in general about the way we casted or the stream itself, please let us know on our email. We will reply to anyone who gives constructive criticism. We'll take anything else to heart. And we will hopefully see you soon at the Mangled Mesh or some other competition in the near future.
Yeah.
I've been Dorjan.
And I'm High Flyer 15.
And we'll see you soon.
It's running because the enemy isn't aiming your way, so take your time, shoot. Oh, and there's action in the enemy base. Let's see if... Oh, he gets extra cover. The Su-26 goes in for the kill, but he gets taken out, and now he has extra cover. And let's see if the...
no.
they're letting him get reload time. This
Is critical. There's only 10 more cat points left. Where is USSR? You've got to come back, guys. You've got to get back.
Yeah.
You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. USSR unfortunately didn't get back in time.
They came back.
Oh, wait. The kills are extending the playtime. There's an extra 8 seconds. And there it goes. It's gone.
What an amazing turnaround. They turned around from losing 2 games straight to winning 3 games in a row. It's amazing. Just amazing composure, and that last tactic by the grill, Frankus, yeah. That was amazing.
It was absolutely ballsy. I've never seen such
ballsy. Yeah. That was a very...
It was a phenomenal play. He dodged 3 shots to get into that position and casually reversed up, backed into the hole while under fire, and just sat there and said, "You know what? Come at me, bros."
Yeah, that was. I've seen that tactic used only in my fun contest results, and even back then, they actually used two tanks to win. One killing himself in front of the other, while the one inside the hole was capping the base, and there was no way of killing him. So that was amazing. That was really great.
It was. It was really good. It paid off dividends. It was a move that was very high risk, but it paid off and they won. Good game. So we have our champions, everybody. The first Polish Armor Division is your champions today. And second place, still worthy of note, USSR, who did absolutely amazing up into the last three games where things just didn't go their way. Things happened, either a disconnect or other things, and unfortunately for them, they fell on the loser's side of the fence at the end, right at the last hurdle.
Yeah, that was. I wouldn't call it a stumble, but because they did play very well, and yeah, it's just an amazing comeback by the first Polish division. Yeah, and we
Right.
have the bracket up, or not the bracket, just the winners champions splash screen right now, and again a comeback from 2-0 to 3-2. It's amazing. That's just crazy.
Absolutely crazy. We have USSR. We followed them in their previous battle. Absolutely fantastic, phenomenal team. Well deserved of being 2-0 up in the finals. But the battalion Windisklasy, the Polish team, managed to pull it back from 2-0 down to 3-2 victory. Absolutely phenomenal comeback.
Yeah, it was just amazing. Yeah, just going through the entire tournament, seeing one of the rounds from the USSR team's point of view, we definitely knew they were capable of winning this entire thing with their strategies, and we also saw that in the beginning of the matches because they were dominant and just killing them from the start. And but the first Polish division really took note and just played it totally different in all of the rest of the matches and just pulled it out of the bag. I was,
Yep. Nothing to add there. Yep.
yep,
They
yep.
absolutely fantastic play. I hope everyone has enjoyed watching the USSR's journey through to the finals, watching the struggle from the early days for Chinese, who went against your champions today. And obviously got knocked out in the semi-finals that you didn't unfortunately get to watch, but you saw what they were up against. Well deserved joint third place they got. Absolutely fantastic set of games. I don't know what else we can say on that matter. But the final tournament page is coming up with the final brackets. While we're waiting for that, we can advertise what's going to happen soon.
Yeah, and we're soon going to have the Mangled Metal tournament, which is going to be on the 22nd of September. And you can already sign up now, so go do it because there's plenty of gold prizes for even coming fourth. You can win very large amounts of gold this time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There's no reason why you can't go and play. Even if you just want to go for fun and try your luck, you might as well give it a go, guys. Okay, I've seen the way it works now. So second place is the losers of the finals. Third place goes to both teams in the semis. And in the fourth round bracket, everyone gets the fourth place prize. So it's even more people winning than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's me too. I was actually a little bit surprised about the about the way that worked because who's fourth in without playing even more matches? But yeah, that makes sense. And we have the final bracket here, and we see USSR beating OMV, and then after that winning BIA, and then coming in at the second spot here in the finals. And
Yeah,
we,
the journey from for the first battalion, first Polish division, were against OM Whitebeard, the people who have been dominating these tournaments for a long time, have eventually been knocked out. In the second round, they took out, sorry, in the semi-finals, they took out Chinese, who played phenomenally well against Monster Gamer in their quarterfinal round, just to win after going 2-0 down, 3-2 in the finals to become your champions today of the Fun Cup Death from Above.
yeah, that was great all-round tournament. I really, really, really enjoyed casting this, even though I was a little bit skeptic and scared, even from casting such a different tournament. It was a ton of fun, and I'll happily do it again.
Certainly. If we want to throw up our final thanks for watching screen, guys.
Yep.
I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any criticism or just comments in general about the way we casted or the stream itself, please let us know on our email. We will reply to anyone who gives constructive criticism. We'll take anything else to heart, and we will hopefully see you soon at the Mangled Mesh or some other competition in the near future.
Yeah.
I've been Dojin.
And I'm HighFlyer15.
And we'll see you soon.